Anyways, okay, let's get right into it. Star Wars tier list.
You guys want the meat, all right? So now we're moving to a way longer list.
We're going to a longer list here,
which is a weird one. Can we break down the list very quick?
Yes.
You have all the movies here, of course, but you have some of the shows, not all of them, and it's not according to relevance or popularity exactly. I mean, maybe popularity.
What do you mean?
I'm saying you got like
actually
Clone Wars and Rebels and then Mando, but nothing else. You know what I mean? Like,
but a few years ago, these were the only things.
You think that's it? Maybe this is an older list.
It could be an older list.
That's so
which
weird,
I'm
though.
okay. I'm okay with keeping Acolyte.
Well, to be fair, all the other shows are almost inconsequential.
That's what I'm saying. I kind of feel like these are the only like things worth mentioning.
Yes,
truly,
to an extent, and that's really sad.
I know. No, it's not sad. Oh yeah. Well,
Since
I mean,
2019. That's
when I look at this list, I actually go, "Oh wait, I like Star Wars." You know what I mean? Like, oh wait, the things I like are here. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Let's just go in order because.
This list has a weird order. Starting with something I didn't think this list would have, but it did. The 2009 Clone Wars movie.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars,
which was basically just the first episodes put together all in one. Which is having a spiritual sequel in, I don't know, like later this month or whatever, or the end or end
what's
of
the
next
spiritual
month.
sequel?
The Mando and Grogu movie has stuff from the Clone Wars movie in it.
Oh wait, that's right. It has the one dude from Star Wars Rebel
with cameo stuff.
Which, by the way, hold on.
No, we won't get. We'll get into it. We might want to get into the.
All right, we'll wait. We'll wait to get into that. All right, where do we want to put Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the movie? I actually enjoyed this movie.
I'd say
when we were kids watching it. It's an old movie now. It's a 20-year-old movie.
I think about it because it's a completely different type of movie.
Yes.
Especially the objectives and the stuff that you would enjoy about it.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Cartoon Network.
But it's the kind of thing where you can't help but want to try and put it against the sequels, where it's like, okay, the best they can offer as far as like visual spectacle and like all their attention, but not well made. Like it didn't work out in the end. Versus a cable TV show movie. It's basically just compiled, like that was split up into 4. Which one of those is better? You know what I mean? And it's like, I think I'd have to go sequels. I'd rather watch first. Except Rise of Skywalker, I hate that movie. I'd rather watch Clone Wars first. But
watchable.
This movie has some iconic parts. It does. Do you remember when they have the ATT tied up and going up the side of a mountain? It was bizarre. It's nonsense, but it's incredible. Like it's the first of Anakin's. The first of Anakin's shenanigans.
That was cool.
Anakin's shenanigans.
I thought that was
you
cool.
Remember now?
I remember now. I just put it into watchable.
Watchable.
Good.
I'd border on enjoyable, but that's a good place for now. Because there might be, we'll figure that out. Yeah.
This says Star Wars: The Clone Wars. This is the show, the final season. This is going to represent the whole show.
Let's represent the whole show here.
Not just the final season. That's just the cover that's there.
It definitely is. It gets near like being like growing up with the audience like later seasons, but generally it is a smaller kids show. It is, so it comes with those caveats, but like I'd put in good.
I think it's very good.
I think it's great. It's got a lot of great new characters, which is a lot.
And it pains me.
Nowadays it's like, wait, new Star Wars characters that are good?
Leah has seen everything. I mean, she hasn't seen Rebels or the Clone Wars movie.
She doesn't need to watch Rebels.
But my point, but
yeah,
she's never seen the Clone Wars, and it makes me very sad because she craps on it. But she's never seen it.
Yeah. Well, think about it. Her main point of reference is probably Ahsoka.
Like
why do people love Ahsoka?
There were a couple lists that had the Acolyte in this, and I was not going to comment on it because I do think it's important to not judge things.
I think it would,
like if I haven't seen the Acolyte,
so I'm thinking of like where I'd put the Ahsoka
I heard it was very bad
in the Boba Fett show, like compared to each other, because they're all bad. But like, where would those go? So it's like, oh man, I wish I did have a list of that. But we can just comment on how those are bad. So the Ahsoka show,
those are going to come
Leah,
up.
And your only impression is her brief appearances in the other shows or her own show, she's like, why do people like her so much? She's not great. She's a stale cookie.
People grew up with her as a character.
Well, that's the thing, is because that's not Ahsoka. It's a terrible version of her.
Okay.
The newer one, you know what I mean? It's like, no.
Yeah. Star Wars The Clone Wars, I think it's
Good. Heck yeah. And also, their final season they did, which was like a fully Disney thing, was pretty good. It was a good installment.
Dude, that scene inside the Star Destroyer when Order 66 kicks off.
When it
first kicks off and Rex is pointing the blasters at Ahsoka and is holding back, not shooting her.
Yeah, the definite highlight of that whole show is the last 4 episodes.
And not only that, was letting her kill her brothers, right? Because he knew something was, and he knew immediately Fives was right or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, so he knew what was going on. He knew that they weren't betraying her out of the blue, that they're mindless robots now, or at least in that one small part. But
so this, just a quick comment on that, which so I really like that season, mainly for the end. Like the last arc is a pretty good cap off to that show. That's what most
Vader,
people remember.
Dude, seeing Vader in the Clone Wars art style was so cool at the very end.
No, it was a little
iconic.
It was a little treat at the end.
Yeah, I love the art style of this show.
We'll get to a good product having a little treat on the end, like a little cherry on top. We'll get to that eventually, but a similar scenario. But if you think about it, if we would have added the other shows, like a newer list, this list would be twice as long.
I know. I saw the other ones and they were, but here's the. This was part of the problem, I think.
It's because we haven't seen these.
I didn't want really bad shows to outnumber the good movies and shows. Does that make sense? Like, I didn't want this to be oh my goodness, Star Wars is terrible. You know what I mean?
I hate to say it, Harry. Most of it is.
I know it is.
That's
but
why I'm finding the diamonds.
I'm trying to appeal to
the better half,
the better parts.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just pretend that it's 6 or 7 years ago, right? Don't you dare! I will strangle you in your sleep. Don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Okay. Revenge of the Sith.
All the prequels are out of order. All right. Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, I don't know why it's all out of order.
This will very much come down to personal opinion, but I'd put it just because it's like, to me, it's the definitive prequel movie out of an era of movies that's so flawed, but I love it.
Yeah.
I would love to put it in incredible dishes, personally. Or good, at least.
No, I think it is. I think it earns its place. I saw a meme yesterday in a YouTube short, and it's showing the Mustafar fight scenes with like the best line, like with the dialogue and the lightsaber fights and flipping around, and it was like, imagine I don't know. It said like people back then really went and watched this and said, "Meh, it's kind of bad." Like seriously.
Because they were literally soured on the last two. That's why. Now,
that's what killed this movie.
This one made a good amount of money. Is because a lot of people were like, "Oh shoot, this is the one where things are actually happening."
Right.
Like for a lot of people that had tuned out, like let's say of Attack of the Clones, you know, like they didn't even want to watch that because they're like, "Dude, I saw Phantom Menace. This is a train wreck." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyone they at least would possibly came back for Revenge of the Sith,
right?
Which is when they had gotten the best at what they were doing.
Right.
And we'll get into the other two, like if they're good or not. But it's Revenge of the Sith was third time's the charm, and it is the kind of thing where I'm gonna pull the iconic.
But here's
card, you know what I mean?
So here's the thing about these movies, the prequels, is if I were to come over to your house today, right, later today, and the Phantom Menace was playing on the TV, I would sit down and I would watch it.
Yes.
Because I'm like, oh, Star Wars.
So not to skip ahead, but that's a funny thing with these movies. But yeah.
They're not unwatchable. They're like fun movies.
They're
really fun.
They're distinct, like both in like the style. The things that some people hate about it are aspects of it where it's like, oh, everyone's kind of talking in this very like purposeful and heavy, but almost collected
Space
way.
opera. Space opera.
Yeah, and then it's like the aesthetics
space
of
soap
everything
opera.
being
Excuse
so
me.
different from the original trilogy. The music might, I don't know if it's, I haven't thought about it compared to the original trilogy, like how good the music is, but the music's great.
Yeah,
Across the board.
I
for
agree.
All of these.
Some of the visual, like for the
most
dramatic
importantly,
moments,
the ideas. Now it's how you do these ideas. That's how these movies fell down a bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're knocked down a bit because they're the really good ideas done meh. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But the ideas there are like, oh heck yeah, this is like
Yeah.
this is like a great prequel series.
Yeah.
They didn't have to over.
We're over.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Connor and I were even talking the other day. I feel like, dude, Attack of the Clones gets crapped on so much for like valid reasons. But the beginning of that movie is epic. It opens up with the assassination attempt on Queen Amidala or whatever. Right? I think that's right. And then it goes into Anakin protecting her while the little worm things are coming. And then they do the chase of the assassin through not Mustafar, through what's the name of that planet?
Coruscant.
Don't look at me like that, bro. Don't look at me like that.
I'm not. The only guilt you feel is self-inflicted.
They're just riding in the speeder, and then Anakin just
I think one of my favorite
jumps.
Parts of that opening.
That's sick.
The creepy things are already beginning with Anakin, but one of my favorite aspects or parts of that is they both, while they're in mid-conversation, like when the worms are on Padme, leave me alone, all right? They both like lock in and go, I sense it too, and then run in there, and they're able to, in the darkness, just immediately
Spidey sense.
Open the lightsabers and quick swipe them.
Hold on. When Anakin jumps on the bed
their presence
and
is
goes
known,
woo, woo,
Yeah.
and gets the precision on those kills.
No, that's what I'm saying is these little creatures,
Perfect hitbox.
these like simple little creatures, the moment their presence is known because they have like killer intent, it's like, oh, we know exactly where they are. You know what I mean?
That's kind of cool.
Like,
I kind of think that's cool.
Yeah. No, I like stuff like that. And Phantom Menace had a little bit of that.
But we're still on Revenge of the Sith.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Simply by the fact that it is the definitive prequel movie, and the prequels are, no matter what, definitive.
Yes.
They're like a really special era in movies generally.
Yes.
You know, there's a lot you could do with that, especially is like, oh, you already have base Star Wars stuff, but like the prequels add another layer of you can do all these different things.
Right.
It's really cool.
Okay, now we're on Attack of the Clones. I know we've been talking about Attack of the Clones.
So yeah, most of this movie is quite cringe. Sorry.
Yeah, there's so many memeable moments.
So,
but when the
across
action
board-
starts,
across the board, these movies are known to just have bad dialogue, and it's true for a lot of it. But this is like the definitive, like, yeah, this was weird. This was cringe. I showed you that video that my buddy sent me of where someone edited in the toilet to the.
Yeah, that is weird.
Scene. And there's like, all you have to do is change a little thing, and it's so creepy.
Yeah. I just
don't go. I find your presence
soothing. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
I dreamt about you, Padme. I saw my mother too.
I think it just yeah. That's weird.
Oh, but like I said,
but when you look at it through the lens of this is not supposed to be like. This is a space soap opera.
It's not the
too.
idea; it's how they do it. It's the same thing I was saying.
No. But I'm saying, when you look at it through that lens,
and then it's a bad soap opera. It
clicks. I know, but it starts to frame itself in a better light. You know what I mean? Like
Well, yeah, if you're going in
the
expecting
intention
The
makes
Force Awakens,
more sense.
What I'm saying is I'm not going in expecting Force Awakens. I'm expecting Attack of the Clones as I saw it as a little child, and then you watch it now and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I understand that. Christopher Lee, though,
because I wouldn't even call Attack of the Clones a slow movie. The only reason it's slow in areas is because of how bad a lot of the Anakin and Padme stuff is. Where it's like, get on with it.
Yeah, I know. We
Whereas
used
like
to
that
skip
could have
all
been
that.
built in the.
We used to just skip to the end, or to like whenever anything happens, like the fight scenes, because that's what you and I cared about.
Well, here's the thing.
when
This
we were
movie
younger.
has the undoubtable goat in it. All right, you have Dexter Jettster, the restaurant owner, cafe owner, who gives him the tip on the Kaminoans.
Obi-Wan.
Universally loved that guy. He's great, Dexter Jettster.
That's good. When he goes,
He elevates that movie by.
I like
1
when he
point.
goes to Camino.
So that's what I'm saying is like, oh, you got all these really cool places, dude. What's
Right.
it called? Not to skip ahead to, it's in this movie, but it's a lot in Phantom Menace. But dude, Naboo and Theed like are such cool places. Like those are the kind of. It's like, do you want to be in the Star Wars universe? And it's like, not really. It's kind of gross or dangerous there. And it's like, no, except for Naboo. If you could live on Naboo, that place is heaven.
I know.
Except for the frog people in the water. Don't go in the water.
Yeah, don't
go in the water.
The Jar Jars in the water.
There's a Jar Jar.
Trust me, don't go. Don't.
You can live in paradise,
Well,
but Jar
and
Jar
those
Binks lives there
horrific.
too.
Hold on, those horrific creatures that are eating, like those giant.
Just don't go in the water.
Just don't go in the water.
Plus, that's the planet core that all these big creatures are at.
Yeah.
They're at like the center of.
Where are we gonna put Clone Wars? Are we gonna put it in watchable?
Oh, Attack the Clones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sorry, not
say
Clone Wars.
watchable. It's nearing unwatchable though.
Yeah.
Or nearing
it's
Forces.
I get that.
Well, that's
I
the
get
problem
that.
is we named the bottom category the Forces female, but it's like, would you say this movie counts as a Forces female movie? And it's
No,
like,
you know what's
no,
funny?
but
It's
it is
not-
near bottom of the.
What you might think I belongs in the Forces female might surprise you.
Okay. No, I want that. I want the juice.
You know what I mean? No. I think I just have that there. That's kind of a joke, but not.
I'm saying, or are we treating that? We're treating that as. The
I mean, it's
bottom.
not. It's no. It's
We're
no
treating that
surprise.
as the bottom of the barrel, correct?
Bottom of the that's the bottom
So
of the
I'm
barrel.
saying I'm stuck
So, like-
between bottom of the barrel, but I still love this movie. But I'm still stuck between. I think watchable's fine. Watchable's
like
good.
I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit here, but the Force Awakens I'm gonna put it in enjoyable. I think
Enjoyable, yeah.
that and it is more like the
And we'll get
Forces
into it.
female
That one's-
movie, but I'm not gonna put that there just because of that.
That's why it's complicated. I'm looking like. We'll get into it.
Yeah,
Force Awakens is
I just have the F tier, the bottom tier. Just named it the Forces female.
And it has 2 F's in it. Yeah. Yeah. Got
I'm
it.
just saying, what is that Fortnite noise? The I don't know. I don't.
You gotta
I don't know how
add
to
it
do
in post, all right?
If he
didn't, he's lazy.
Sorry, I coughed. I know that's a podcasting
coughing too?
podcasting video
What is this?
sin.
What is this kangaroo court?
Coughing into the mic is deplorable. Okay.
Harry, this format for our such professional and insightful opinions on the Star Wars franchise. How dare us?
We're the expert. We're the final opinion of
If you think about it, The Last Jedi is actually the boldest and most interesting movie of the franchise. The rest of it is quite juvenile in stark comparison.
Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Rebels is a contributing piece of content to the Star Wars lineup.
Star Wars Rebels
Most
saved my
unforgettable
life.
characters ever written. Literally can't remember a single character's name.
Gosh. Oh, we'll get it. That's the end
What
of
is
the
the
list.
name? What is
That's the final boss.
What's the name of the main character? His name is like Zed or something, right?
No. That's one of them. Ezra's the main guy.
Ezra. Yeah, see,
I remember Ezra.
I remember now. Yeah, come on, dude. Okay, the Phantom Menace. This is another one of those.
It's just another prequel.
It's another prequel. I enjoy this movie. Qui-Gon is awesome.
This movie, in
Darth
comparison
Maul
to the
is
other
awesome.
two, so I like Revenge of the Sith a lot more than this movie, but compared to the other two prequel movies, this movie's the most unique, for better or for worse. This movie, like, especially like the time it came out, the look of this movie,
I know.
I've never seen in
It's
another
very
movie
90s.
before, ever.
It's very 90s.
Yeah, but even other movies from that time, I've never seen one that looks like this movie.
Yeah,
Because
it's very
it was like-
different.
because the point is, this was their first movie where they were figuring out how they wanted to make this technology work for Star Wars movies, so that they could.
It
like,
feels
and we're
like
getting
one of the
better with
original
2,
movies.
and then got better with 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it's in a sweet spot in certain regards between like the originals and then the prequels. I mean, that's literally that's the placehold it has literally on the timeline. But
Yeah.
it feels like some of like the best parts visually of the Phantom Menace are when they try to mimic kind of like the old style of special effects, and then the worst parts of it are when they were trying to develop the new stuff.
That's
Does that
actually
make
a
sense?
great point. So one
The
thing
best
prequels
parts are when they're
does a
trying
lot-
to mimic the original.
This is not time period unique. This is just unique to the prequels. The whole thing is quite very, like, the framing of scenes. It's not stale, but it's very, or I guess it's kind of stale. It's not dynamic the way they do things, but it's almost intentional. There's a lot of digital zooms too throughout all the movies. Phantom Menace especially, I know exactly what you're talking about too. Like, this almost, it is the most coherent as far as like general filming with something like A New Hope, especially A New
Anything
Hope.
that they tried to be ambitious on did not turn out.
I think one of the most dynamic, as far as like being shot, just so we don't move on from this, I think one of the most dynamic movies, like as far as like cinematography, I think might be Empire. Either that or like Force Awakens.
Yeah, I love Empire. The visual effects. We're gonna get into it.
Some people would say Last Jedi. I think Force Awakens looks better than Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi looks cool, but
It's got cool part. I'm saying
I don't
like,
remember
general
watching
feel,
that and thinking like, "Whoa,
The
this looks cool."
the general feel and the general framing. Like I said, we'll get into why I like Force Awakens a bit more than the rest, but we'll get into
I know that there are some absolutely deplorable things about Phantom Menace, like the boring scenes in the Senate. Like I get like, imagine you've been waiting for Star Wars to return to the movie
I never
theaters.
thought that was a bad part.
No. It's just like I've seen memes. It's like you imagine it's 1999.
Yeah.
Star Wars is back. And you're sitting in the movie theater, you're dressed as Luke Skywalker, and then you see the no, seriously, you're like watching, you're like, what the frick is this?
Are those little ETA?
You're like, where is Anakin Skywalker? You know what I mean? Like you're trying, you know what I mean? I don't know.
And then he shows up and he's a 10-year-old kid that no shade to the actor, but you were just, they probably should have picked someone else.
He was schizophrenic.
Did you hear that? Yippee! Like I literally, when I made a video with that scene, and first thing is I had Wilson voice Anakin in that scene, and I'm like, well, I got to do it like how it is in the movie, right?
Yeah.
I changed the dialogue of the scene to include a joke also, but also because it was so, even though I wanted to make the yippee joke, I inevitably decided I don't even want to have him say yippee. So I said, Wilson, let's cut that. Let's say something else. I don't want to have him
so
go,
cornball.
did you hear that? Yippee. Because Wilson could not do it genuinely.
I'm putting it in enjoyable.
Like, Wilson can't go, yippee! You know what I mean? He can't do that. Like, especially when I'm just staring at him. It's like, say this cringe line sincerely, please. He's like, no.
Yeah, that's funny. I put it in enjoyable.
Enjoyable. Above Attack of the Clones is good.
Yeah, I think it is better than
Sadly,
Attack of the
Clones is the worst prequel movie in my opinion. But it's got some awesome aspects to it. Not to go back to an older movie as much, but you got the whole of Geonosis, Camino, Jango Fett. That's some great stuff. That's very specific to that.
The Yoda
movie
fight scene
that you don't get anywhere else. That was a bit PS2 out of the
PS2.
crazy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change anything about it, but like I wouldn't say
There's something
that's,
endearing about PS2 though.
I wouldn't say
Everybody looks
that's
back
a
on the
bad
PS2
thing.
area.
I love that
era,
scene, but I
and
wouldn't give the movie
fondly.
points for that. It's like, oh, you have Master Yoda just
haywire.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's. So Phantom Menace. Oh, wait, one more thing. Phantom Menace has the best lightsaber fight in it by magnitudes. I guess there's some that might have came close, especially in the animated shows, because they actually have to be smart with how they make that dynamic. Which is weird to say. It's like, well, it's weird how the movies that are known for lightsaber fights actually don't have great lightsaber fights across the board.
Remember when people used to die in lightsaber fights?
So each original trilogy movie has one good one. The first one's the most stale, which is Obi-Wan and Vader, because no standard was set. Empire's lightsaber fight is incredible. The throne room fight is great in Return of the Jedi.
Well, I think
Phantom Menace has the best one just because it's so active, and also you have like a three-way like lightsaber fight, and it's like a whole new variable.
I think in Empire they realized what they could do.
It is.
They're like,
it's the
we
simple
kind of
thing
sold. We kind of sold
got
on
for a
the
sequel, and we can sequel max. Like that's the baseline.
Yeah, we can go Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
What's his name was like, oh well, I have an idea here that people really like, but I can admit I'm not the strongest director. Let me get another guy on this project, especially since I need to worry about other aspects of this movie.
Did they do that for Empire Strikes Back?
So Empire is as far as like the cinematography, story is Lucas,
Right,
premise is Lucas.
right.
Directing was somebody else, working very closely with him. The
Oh,
idea
okay,
being you
okay.
have someone who has more
Good.
experience in that.
Good.
I think
good.
that's partially why it's the most dynamic, for me at least, like movie, like the way it's
everybody's
filmed
favorite.
and everything.
I think. Okay. Well, let's get into A New Hope.
Yeah. When they put
That's
it in
where we're
4K
on.
too, like eventually Empire is like, dude, this movie looks so good.
I know.
This
It
movie
looks
so
incredible. All right, A New Hope. Iconic.
This is I think it's might be. I'll have to think about this more, which is what a tier list is for.
Right.
So I need to be thinking about this now. But I'm just telling you, the state of my mind before was that this was competing for my second favorite Star Wars movie ever. I think beside the fact that it is the first one ever, like I think it just simply is, like, to me it's that special.
This one is just so
it has
fun.
one of the
this one's
best-
so fun throughout the whole movie.
It has just beginning to end, like it works by itself. The themes like of the movie, like the music was great. The overall idea of just the Death Star as your main like plot thing is like, oh, movies will replicate this till the end of time, including another one on this list.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have Tarkin, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I mean? You establish like Han Solo and Chewie, which in that movie it's they slowly become your favorites throughout the movie, when before they were like they just enter in because they need to. They're
Right.
They're a device at first, but then they become your favorites. You know what I'm saying?
This is like I just said, this movie is fun throughout. Like the stuff on Tatooine, he gets attacked by the Tusken Raiders. Obi-Wan comes and he scares him off. Like interacting with the Jawas.
Yeah.
In the what is it? The cantina. You know,
And
meeting
then
Han Solo's introduction, killing Greedo, which is so funny that I love it when they introduce a character, kill the character off right away, and then they give a character so much backstory and something else.
So that's the only problem with the prequels is
It's
they
like
have way
it's the
too
classic cliff jumper.
No. So
You know what I mean?
The
Kill off
prequels'
Greedo.
greatest weakness is being like, well, we have to give an origin for Greedo, and it's like, no, you don't. It's like, well, we have to give an origin for C-3PO and R2-D2, and it's like, no, you really don't.
No, you don't.
Like, you can do R2.
Although I
R2
do-
fits.
Yeah,
But like the C-3PO one was like, we want him in these movies. But he needs to be in what's his name service. What do we do? Oh, he's just here now with the Organas. Oh, and let's wipe his memory because he can't remember these movies. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I
It's
can't
like
remember.
the
Why
need
did
to
they?
want it. That's
Why did they wipe
That's
his
exactly
memory?
Why?
Why did they wipe his memory?
They just say they will, and he goes, "What? Oh my!" They don't explain why. It's so that he doesn't remember.
What I saw, there was a video because Darth Vader
In the movie, there's no
interacts with
explicit reason.
C-3PO in Empire Strikes Back, And some people, I mean, obviously, I don't think that George Lucas at the time was making the connection that Darth Vader.
So this was an afterthought.
Yeah, it was an afterthought. But there is like there's something like I think in Empire where I don't know, like
so like
you know, like people
like,
make those connections. It's like Darth Vader realized that it was C-3PO. He had pity.
No,
that's not the case.
That's not true. That is simply not what the intent was.
Yeah.
Here's another example. People say, the reason Darth Vader, like his favorite bounty hunter was Boba Fett, is because having him around reminded him of the clones.
That's not the case.
It's like, first off, that logic is bullcrap. Second, that's not true. When was he his favorite bounty hunter? And third, back then he wasn't a clone back then. He wasn't.
Yeah. It wasn't written.
I'm fine with making it like work with. I'm fine with letting these things slide, but it's like let's not like distract ourselves. That's bullcrap.
Yeah, that is bullcrap.
I like them as additions, but that's like the way it's contrivance. That's what it is. Let's not get that wrong.
Yeah.
Instead of going, that's why if you ignore this and this and this.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to do that. It doesn't make sense.
Oh my word! All right.
It's silly.
So where did we put? Oh, we're on A New Hope now.
We're on A New Hope.
Good to
like I feel like A New Hope has so many different set pieces. You know what I mean? You have the Tatooine. You have the bar that he goes to.
You have they made I'm saying in canon stale
everything
desert,
in space
backwater end of the universe. They still made that interesting. And
yes.
whenever they go to Tatooine after that, it's boring, except for Phantom Menace.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying they do a great job with like you get on the Death Star. You have great scenes on the Death Star.
I'm stuck between good and incredible because I know there's other movies we might want to put above like something like A New Hope, but like think of even the opening scene of A New Hope. It's one of my favorite openings to any movie ever. Is the
I really think that it's a disservice to put this anywhere but incredible this is. I really do.
That's fair.
I think
we simply can't we simply because of the amount of tiers that this website has, we can't like rank these all.
I could have added
order.
them, but that's a lot more work.
But like, it would be wrong to put it in the same place as
Incredible this is. That's where A New Hope is going.
Incredible this is. Which is true. It is true. It's just I was trying to think. It's like, well, what's the tier above that? For the great stuff. Oh, we're here now.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's not mistake these two posters. So this is Rise of Skywalker. That's Force Awakens. All right. Just getting that. You can tell what Last Jedi
I'm about
is.
to spike.
You can't miss
I'm
that
about
poster.
to spike my cortisol here.
Wait, can we do these in order, please?
Yeah, let's do
them in order. We're not gonna Force Awakens. We'll start with Force Awakens and then work our way.
No. I want to finish. I want to finish the original trilogy.
Oh yeah, good.
Let's do that because.
All right.
Because I need to talk about something good here.
We talked briefly about it.
Let's go to
Empire, right?
Empire.
Yeah, so we spoke briefly about it. Like a lot of the aspects that made it good, but it's kind of, for me at least, it's like I don't feel like I don't need to do much explaining for why I think this is the best one.
Yeah, we've already been touching on it.
The best one, and it's like, and I was talking to Connor about it the other night because when he was over and we talked about it. Like I was saying, it's like I'm so sick of hearing people say that Empire's the best Star Wars movie or their favorite. I'm so sick of hearing it, but the only reason is that I hear it constantly is because it's true.
Yeah, I think that's an L take, honestly.
Me?
Yeah, it'd be like, I hate that people love this good thing.
I'm saying,
that's
I'm
kind of annoying.
I agree with it so much, but
I'm going to call you out on that one.
It's such a common sentiment.
People are allowed to like good things.
Do you want to know why I said this to Connor?
I
said it's because it's hard to know that we don't have anything else on this list that tops it. That's why.
It's hard to
top that. It's hard to top that movie.
Yeah, but that's
ever
reality.
Since then, so that makes me like...
That doesn't make the fact that people like it cringe. I know what you're saying, like when Leah, or sorry, when Connor says...
No, hate is the wrong
that
word.
one's my best.
I said
that one's my favorite. That's my favorite movie, but I also like The Last Jedi. Like, yeah, it's like he's using the fact that he likes Empire Strike Back as like some kind of backing and legitimacy to his take on The Last Jedi. I know what you're saying on that front.
So saying
But
I
it's
hate
not
when people say that's the wrong word. I'm saying as in like it's been oversaid to death, but there's a reason. That's why I said that.
We had comments on the last Star Wars video that we did the other day that I posted. People saying, because I didn't put this together, but you know, we have a young audience on our channel, and they grew up with the sequels, so they have how we feel about the prequels. They feel about the sequels. They know they're not good, but they really enjoy them, and there's like a fondness. And they said, hate the content, not the people who love the content, kind of thing. And I was like,
we didn't say we hate you guys.
No, they didn't. No, we didn't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I hate the sequel lovers.
I
like mocking Leah, I guess.
And I don't know. Someone, the puppeteer for BB-8 went on Twitter and said, in 20 years, people will love the sequels like they loved the prequels, and it.
The goalpost
listen, hold on. No, wait.
Go ahead.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Sorry.
Everybody was like, brother, no, because
Hey, buddy, the prequels came out 10 years.
Listen, we are. I forget what the
While you're gathering.
No. This is what the main reply was. There were people who liked the prequels back then. That's the difference.
And
there
also,
are not unless you were 5 years old and it's like that special to you, the sequels. Like there was a fan base back then for those movies, and then everyone else came around, right? Because the old head Star Wars movies this is like the classic, the boomers had the greatest stuff. It's like, yeah, the boomers had the best Star Wars movie. I mean, it's not literally the boomers, but the old heads had the best Star Wars installments come out when in their prime. Then they got something that's less than that, and then they just threw a fit. But then like people like you and I mean, it's a little bit like I was a small fetus when these movies came out, right? Mm-hmm. But like we still grew up on them because it was in the 2000s, right? Whatever. There was an audience for the prequels when it came out that liked it. Nobody likes the sequels.
So, and to use a perfect example, even if people didn't like the movies, which to be fair, like this is the main two differences. One, I want to tell one thing. The guy who said in 20 years it'll be a masterpiece. Guess what the sentiment was? Almost 10 years ago was in 10 years these will be classics. They've moved the goalposts because still nobody cares.
Right.
So that's why I was laughing because I haven't heard anyone say this before. It's like, 20 years after they come out, it's like you just moved the goalpost by another 10 years. That's crazy.
I know.
But here's the difference. The key difference.
It has been 10 years,
just
hasn't
one
it?
of the key. But first
Over
off,
10 years.
They are better movies, the prequels. But but the key difference that you can point to that is tangible is that the prequels spun off a lot of other stuff. It made people interested in Star Wars again. It brought back an entire world.
And what was birthed from the prequels?
Many shows, many games, all this
incredible
stuff.
shows like the Clone Wars. Look how high up the list the Clone Wars is.
So my point being, there's a lot you could do with that because people that didn't even like the movie, they could see the potential. Unless you particularly hated that era, sure, but a lot of people liked it. They could see the potential of it, and they liked the ideas. And it's like, oh, make shows and games that expand on this. That sounds great. You know what I mean? All these new elements.
Right.
The sequels,
like the Battlefront games.
The sequels.
Yes.
Like if
the original Battlefront games on the PS2.
So if Star Wars, because of that, even after a leg that's hated on a giant war mammoth, is just walking along, it probably could have kept walking for decades if you didn't make any movies. The sequel era took out one of its legs.
Yeah.
It not only does not have a universe that anyone's interested in anymore. No one wants to see where the sequels go. No one. What is the world of the sequels other than a weird rehash of the original? There's nothing distinct.
Well, that's
There's nothing
why
to
I
look
think-
forward to. Everyone's dead.
That's why I think that there was such an appeal to the Mandalorian was that it's set in the
It's going back
originals.
to that time where you can do more.
Right.
with it.
It's a nostalgia because
I hate that word, dude.
no, but it's the right word.
I know.
You need to listen.
I know.
For us
I'm just
normies,
letting you
for
know.
us casuals, when you say "Psh, it's cringe to say that, even though it's true to say that you love Empire Strikes
No, I'm just
Back.
saying. Have you?
I understand you hear that all the time, but it's
I didn't
true
know if
and
you
it's
shared
okay.
that sentiment or not. When people say like, "Oh, the nostalgia of it," I curdle.
But that's the
It's like-
word. That's the word.
It's like, is it good or not?
It's
Just, yeah.
but nostalgia has a real factor. I understand that that's annoying.
I know, but it's
an
kind of thing where
actual
people
factor,
say, like,
real
oh,
life
my,
factor.
My depression, my trauma.
It's
where
why, like-
you're not talking about like how you feel towards a thing. You're using like a term generalizing. So it's like, man, this movie means a lot to me. I grew up on this. People go, no, I get so much nostalgia from it. Like it's just because.
But
of
that's the same
overuse.
reason I play Halo.
I play Halo because I do have good memories with it, and also it's good. That's
No, I'm talking. Well, yeah, but I'm saying like when a new Halo game comes out, I'm going to play it. Like when this Combat Evolved remake comes out, why am I going to play that?
because the original and it looks good. Like for
Because the
example,
original. What does that mean? How do I? What's a
you
word?
didn't play Halo Infinite.
Yeah, but I couldn't play
Because it
Halo
didn't-
Infinite.
it
I was in
wasn't that great.
Virginia.
Oh yeah, good point.
I didn't have a console to play it on. I could have played with Hudson, I guess, on his Xbox, but that's
point
my
being,
defense.
There's like other key factors. It's I know it's fully down to I'm not even saying
I have
the wrong
there-
word to
There's a
use.
gap in my life where I was, what do you call it?
Gone. You were
I was
about
just
to
gone. I was gone. I
There's a
was
whole
having
other
fun.
life.
It was.
There's
I
a
was,
whole other area.
It was
out
a
there.
good time. It was a good period of my life. But I just any new video games that came out, I didn't play. I did see movies. I saw Multiverse of Madness. Oh my god!
At least it wasn't Quantumania. Hey, do you remember that scene from that King Arthur movie? It's a montage, but they basically send him down to Hades to like retrieve something, and it's like a whole montage, and it implies that he's been there for a long time.
No,
I don't know how to explain it.
the King
It's like
Arthur
that's you in
movie.
Virginia. That Arthur movie about the, like it was called like Arthur, the Legend of the Sword, or something like that.
I watched that not that
It
long
was some
ago.
edgy. It was like that edgy, like.
Yeah,
King Arthur
yeah.
movie.
Okay.
Anyway,
What are we on? We're on Empire. Where are we going to
Anyway,
put Empire Strikes Back?
The sequels are not going to be beloved.
I think we
in
just
20
spent
years.
15 minutes on Empire Strikes Back.
That's true. So the sequels are not going to be beloved in 20 years.
No,
Okay,
they're
just
not.
put Empire
They're
and
not.
Incredible. We all know this. We got sidetracked.
Yeah. Well, here is one concession because I'm trying to be somewhat fair here. The Force Awakens gets lumped in with the other two movies, and The Force Awakens has issues noted, but it's not nearly as offensive as the other ones. if
Well,
that
we're
makes
almost there.
sense.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
Let's do Return
but
of the Jedi first.
I'm trying to be like
No, yeah, well,
somewhat like I'm trying to be honest here. Like I do like the Force Awakens. They do the cheap, like killing Han Solo is kind of a cheap, emotional tug at the heartstrings to like make it emotional for you, like for the.
and it eventually was meaningless. That's the
Eventually was meaningless and
because it was either going to be the thing that helps him turn back, which is not true,
Well-
or it was going to be the thing that officially condemns Kylo Ren. That's the choice, and then you see the progression of he's going to start being full.
yeah. Here's the thing
Neither
about Kylo
happens.
Ren.
Neither
It's not
happens.
believable to me that character would do that to his dad. Does that make sense?
Find the girl.
Do you understand? Like they do a good job at making you see that he's not evil to his core. Kylo Ren and that he's completely misguided. So the fact that he's misguided, it doesn't translate into okay, now murder your father. Like that's
So,
kind of
well,
the leap from
to give
misguided.
the movie So to give the movie the points, the point being right now he's in conflict, trying to knock out the good part of himself. He's trying to get rid of it.
Right.
That's what it is. And Snoke treats it as this is a test for you. your father is back in the picture. Do what you
But
must
even
do.
when he does it, I'm not convinced.
No, what I'm saying, I
just go, that
the
was
point
gay.
being, it is still there.
That's kinda gay.
Like, he needs to do it, like to be that threshold of like I'm gonna kill the past, but then he still somewhat cares for his father and says thank you, and he's still a bit upset about it because of course you would be, because the point being the conflict is still there, but what he
if Han
wants
Solo is
is
your dad and then you
eviltisms.
kill him, that would be upsetting.
But then Rise of Skywalker at the end is like, no, he can still be good, but doesn't do anything to like work toward that. You know what I mean?
He can be redeemed.
By the way, he remembers. Like, it's not a ghost of his father. It's his own mind, his memory. He says, "You're dead. You're just a memory." Kylo Ren forgives himself in Rise of Skywalker when Han Solo shows up, like in the as like a memory, like basically.
I don't remember that part.
Oh, okay.
Listen. I have completely memory hold.
Okay.
So maybe this might not be fair. I've memory hold the entire Rise of Skywalker movie. All I can remember, I'm not kidding. The only thing I remember is her and Kylo fighting on the ship.
Gosh,
right,
I
the
hate
water
that
ship.
part.
I remember the part where she's floating at the beginning of the movie, and then she does like a gymnastics like fall down where she's like spinning
Yeah,
and flipping,
no.
and then rests gently, and the rocks are floating around her. Which I think I'm not an idiot. Like her like floating and meditating, and the rocks around her. It's a cool visual.
I thought it was awful.
No, objectively it's a cool, for Star Wars it's kind of weird and lame. You're like trying to set up that she's the most powerful Jedi that's ever
I thought
lived.
it looked really awkward, even if it wasn't
No.
in the context of Star Wars.
I'm saying if we were watching another movie, any other movie, and like that was like I thought that it was a cool visual. I'm saying these are the things that stuck out to me. I didn't like it for Star Wars, but I'm like, that's cool, but that's like, this is lame. You know what I mean? Anyways, and then she floats down, and then the scene where Leia was a Jedi all of a sudden. But I don't remember the plot of the movie. I don't remember how we get from point A to point B. Oh, and then the absolutely egregious line, the famous Poe Dameron line. Somehow, the Emperor has returned.
So yeah, we're gonna put
Palpatine
Return
is-
of the Jedi in. What do you say? Good?
We
or
didn't
incredible?
even.
Because it's not as good as the other two, but it's. I'd lean toward incredible.
You know what?
I'd say it's on the same
Actually,
level as
hold on,
Revenge
hold
of
on.
the Sith.
Hold on.
Same level as Revenge of the Sith for me.
Yeah. Put it. If,
So I guess
if we had,
it's going in incredible then.
Yeah.
Because that's how we've kind of set up this tier.
if there was a tier above this, then A New Hope and Empire would be up at the top.
It was a great ending to a saga, and
Yeah, it was a solid-
maybe
it
it's
was
a
a
shame they never kept going. It's a shame they stopped there. But you know what? Maybe it's good that it ended in a good place, in a good, hopeful place. You know, and the Palpatines are dead.
I like the beginning of the movie is awesome on Tatooine with Jabba the Hutt. Come on, dude.
Very distinct.
I like that. I like that part. Not because Princess Leia is in a skimpy outfit. That's not why.
Jedi rocks.
But it
right?
sets
we're
up
rotted.
that Luke is like a legitimate fighter
Yeah. So
and whatever.
yeah. So fun fact:
You get
grew
Han
up-
back.
We grew up with the original trilogy set
on
and then-
VHS.
Yeah.
And not the tainted version.
No, that's what I'm getting to. But then later on, when our family did move to digital stuff, when that became more streamlined, then we had the special editions, which made like 2 changes we liked. But then otherwise, it's like, oh no, stop, don't stop.
Right. No, the
It's like-
special
it's like,
editions
just make them 4K,
do not
like just
are
make the
not better.
movies like
They're just not
higher
better.
resolution, like best versions of the footage you can find. You know what I mean? Like or best
Right.
copies of them, the film
Right.
you can find. That's great. Don't add the CGI flumes.
The
Don't do
CGI, and then I
I remember there's a couple things that are better about Cloud City in what's it called?
Oh, that's right.
So
that's
that
right.
was one of the Empire
That's right.
actually uses some of the advancement parts pretty well. That's like the only of the remasters or whatever that I think are good. Like changing Boba Fett's voice. You don't need to change. I'd rather them not change that, but it's like, well, yeah, but I like what's his name's voice a lot. Like the guy who plays the clones. What's his name? Tremont Morrison or whatever his name is.
There's a clone.
Boba Fett is a clone, and he speaks in.
I'm
the
sorry.
older movies, so they replace his voice in.
I see what
in
you're
the
saying.
newer editions, they replace it with their new voice.
They didn't need to do that.
Yeah, they didn't need to, but it's like that's not a change I hate. It's not a change I hate because I like
clones
his voice
are
a
allowed
lot.
to have different voice, and Boba Fett's like kind of getting older. It's okay for his voice to sound a little different.
And he did put on he tried matching the old guy as much as he could, but it's like you can tell it's him.
Okay, I mean
But
that's not a sin against.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not a sin. That's unnecessary, but it's not a sin.
It's not a sin. Okay.
So yeah, that is the original trilogy. They're all in S tier right now. This is as far as mainline movies, I think we're done with this. Now, there's other movies that might make it into this list. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I know.
But I'm saying
there's
the
one more
the
I wanna put in here.
Skywalker saga. This is your winners.
Yep.
The rest is down. All right.
Okay.
Let's start.
Let's do the
You
Force
had
Awakens.
a bit of a. Do you mind if I go with Force Awakens now? We got ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, just overall thoughts with Force Awakens. I'm fine with it being a clone of A New Hope if it's a good version that's slightly different of A New Hope. The issue is the second half of this movie is just a mess. It's got good stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
Do we want to get
you might
refills
agree
real
with
quick?
me.
Like
Yeah,
a quick 5-minute
quick 5
intervention? All right, intervention. All right, we're back. We're back from the intermission. Okay. You can start. You can
Move on. All right. We're back.
The Force Awakens.
So, Force Awakens. All right. Not a perfect movie.
Not a perfect movie.
Not a perfect movie, especially the second half. Basically, my threshold for where that movie starts to take a downturn, in retrospect, is when Han and Chewie show up. It's not them showing up itself. That is what mechanically will lose the momentum that the movie was having, which was, think of all the sequences where you're establishing who Rey, and Finn are, them in particular. All the scenes they're doing where there's not much happening, but it's just giving you the sense of the world without saying anything or explaining it to you. You see what her life is like. You see what she's afraid of becoming by looking at that older woman. You see what she has to do to be alive, and you wonder how she got into this position and why she's still in this position. You find out later it's because she thinks that someday maybe a family can come back to her, but it's also because this is all she's ever known. It's a different version. It's different than Luke Skywalker, where Luke Skywalker, all he wanted to do was leave. That's kind of the point. It's a slightly different version.
Luke had a better life.
Not to mention
on Tatooine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't, and it sounds like
he had a better life.
He had a social life
dreamed,
too. You remember he talks about his friends? He had I think they had a nice-ish place. They had a moisture farm or whatever. Luke was, he wasn't poverty-stricken slave like his father on Tatooine. You know what I mean?
There's a cut scene from A New Hope that I think makes the movies a lot better. It's Luke's buddy. You see him later in the movie. One of the guys that dies in the trench run that he meets up with. He goes, "Hey, buddy," like a guy from Tatooine. He's like, "Yo, you're here." He's the same guy. Remember when he says, "I want to go to Tashi Station"? There's a scene where he goes to Tashi Station, and it's his friend group. You know what I mean? It's
that would have contributed
Luke's
to
got
the
a friend
movie.
group. It's got guys and girls and stuff. But then one of the guys there is oh, I've been going out of town and stuff recently, and basically tells
Oh, that's
Luke,
right. That's
tells
right.
Luke, because he knows what kind of person Luke is. Basically says, "Look, I'm just gonna tell you, I've joined the rebellion." But it's not this unpopular, crazy position. It's still illegal, but it's kind of establishing the point that the rebellion is really
a legitimate. It's a legitimate entity.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a legitimate militia. And if you've seen Andor, this makes sense. Wholeheartedly, this makes sense.
I just need to watch Andor.
Well, I'm just telling you
you know how many
relevant
different
to it.
shows I'm supposed to be watching right now? I'm supposed to be watching The Walking Dead with Leah, Breaking Bad. Leah's kind of gone
Watch
rogue.
Breaking Bad before Andor.
Leah went
If you had
rogue
to
on
choose
me.
those two.
She watched the finale of season 4 of Breaking Bad without me.
You absolutely.
But to be fair, I told her, I said, hey, if you're because I didn't realize where we were in the show. I didn't realize she would watch 5 episodes at a time. I thought she would watch 1 or 2 here and there. She watched and never told me that she did. I said, hey, we still have to finish season 4. And she goes, no, I'm on season 5 now. You go, what do you mean? No, you're not. What? And I'm like, okay, what happens at the end of season 4? Well, the guy the old man in the stupid wheelchair with the stupid bell is hitting the thing and then blows up Gus.
It's not even the Leah episode anymore.
I
She's
know.
still rage baiting us.
I know. She's rage baiting us asleep from the shed over there.
I could.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I just said
wait.
something crazy. We live in the shed.
All right,
Look, that's where we live. That's where my family is. It's a nice shed that I converted into a little house.
I would never describe Face Off that way. You know what I mean? That episode, I'd never describe it that way.
No, and the way she says it too is she liked it. She thought it was cool.
I know.
But like you know exactly.
I know.
That's just how she talks. But
yeah,
she does like Breaking Bad.
So the other thing,
but she's slowly realizing why I wanted to name our son Jesse. Like into season 2, I go, so who do you think that I named our son off? And she goes, you're so annoying. You definitely named him after Jesse Pinkman. Like, instantly.
And it's like, what? The drug addict? The method?
But
it's like, no, if you
something
haven't seen
has
the show,
happened
you
with
don't
this
know
show.
that this guy is a G,
Hold on.
He's great.
Something that has happened with this show. So at the very beginning of the show, she likes Walter. Leah likes Walter, does not like Jesse. And now she's completely flipped. She goes, I cannot stand Walt.
So
I can't stand Walt. I can't stand Skylar. Yeah. Jesse is such a sad thing. That's what she said.
So I don't need to explain this to you, but the point of the show being you have two people that, at least in standing from an outside view, are one's the family guy.
Hold on. We're talking about Breaking Bad too much here.
No, hold on, wait. One more thing. You have the guy who's supposed to be in social standing. He's like, oh, this guy's he works for his family. He's an all right guy. You know what I mean? Like, wears nice shirts. He's polite. He keeps to himself. And then the meth head. But through the circumstances in the events of the show, you realize that one really is a prideful scumbag, and then the other is like he's getting better. He's guilt-ridden. He's a lost kid.
Well, I know people are not the biggest fan of El Camino.
He's not completely void of responsibility, Jesse.
Camino is like Jesse. I feel like the butterfly coming out of the cocoon, right? And we're like, this is the Jesse. This is exactly where Jesse Pinkman's character. This is like a realistic, like the trajectory of his arc. You know what I mean? This is the final form, not literally like the last form. But this makes sense. It's not like they changed him up and he's some kind of ultra confident. He's still Jesse in that movie, but there's this like, I mean, I don't want to say the word because it's a bad word, but bad A. You know what I mean? Like he fully terraforms into bad.
He takes the same route out that not only he was going to do, but Walt did. The difference being Walt did that because he was afraid.
We need to do a Breaking Bad episode, not a tier list. I'm just a Breaking Bad talking about Breaking Bad.
Yeah, okay,
we'll do this one day.
We won't get it anyway. Other
Force
part
Awakens.
of the Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
That's how much we like the sequels, guys. Is we started talking about something else. So
that's pretty damning.
To give this is one of the trilogy's greatest failures. But it's also this movie's like strength of like, oh, you're doing something here. Is of course the ex-stormtrooper starting to like turn good somewhat. You start to see his humanity more when the point is they're very programmed. But it's not purely that he's, oh no, I'm good. It's he's very cowardly. He's cowardly, but through finding something in like a person that he cares about, which they also fumbled that relationship, he actually like begins to actually go on a redemption. That carries over into the next movie, too, to give that movie credit, but also destroys it by then. By the events of The Last Jedi, Finn is completely destroyed.
You know what they did?
What made Finn interesting is done by the end of Force Awakens. It is quite sad, because he's such a... Dude, Finn and Rey still could have worked. Not the relationship. I'm saying those two characters, individually.
Right.
You could have made those work. I wasn't back then going, well, yeah, but woman...
Yeah,
Mary Sue.
No,
I'm thinking,
what
a kind soul. I can't wait to see where she goes in her journey. But the problem is she goes nowhere in her journey. Later two movies, nothing of any interest happens to her. It's not even that she does bad things. Overall, she's a kind soul. That's the point. But she's too nice, and she's flawless. and then Finn meanders for the next 2 movies.
Yeah.
So it's wasted potential, but at least I'll say one
And
thing.
this isn't like a
half,
hate Daisy Ridley thing. This is not
it's
at
not.
all. Yeah.
But she's a bit sad. It's like, but I could have been
And you know what's funny is
I've seen the prequels. I'm
online
fine with stale
too.
acting.
She doesn't seem to be that cringe either.
No, she's not. No.
She's not.
She's never been
She's
cringe.
she's a normal actress.
You're thinking of Brie Larson. She's the one
Brie Larson.
who. Here's the thing. She's getting better though. Did you know Brie Larson?
I've seen this rebrand
She
that
learned.
she's trying to
No,
do.
yeah. You know what the rebrand is? She stopped talking. She's like, you know what?
I love it.
I'm just gonna act.
You know what?
That is so noble.
She's
That is
she's
so
she's becoming more of a traditional woman.
great. Oh my gosh! I'm just gonna be quiet and do it. She's gonna be in the new Mario
good.
movie. She's playing. I don't know the Mario lore. Some girl, the Brie Larson princess. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
She does like ice things or something. No, she doesn't.
Ice
I
things?
made that up.
What do you mean ice things?
Well, you know immigrants, right?
Oh, that kind of ice.
No,
I have
not
no
that
clue
kinda
what
ice.
you're talking about.
Oh, so
Like
no
ice things. I'm
this is
thinking
not
like
important.
what? Like
Just,
Frozen?
yeah,
Like Queen Elsa?
Let's move on. We're not going to talk about Super Mario Galaxy right now.
Did you watch that?
No, it's not out yet.
Leah said it was out. It's not out. Just tell me it's not out.
It might be out. I didn't know.
Okay,
We're talking about the second Mario movie.
Yes.
Is coming out right now. I didn't know if it was out already. I haven't seen anything
Because
about
my
it.
sister-in-law was talking about taking my nephews and stuff to go see it.
Oh, I wonder if it's. I'll check after.
We'll
Because
check
I still
after.
want to see that movie. I like the
Comment
first one.
below if you know.
I'm a total
Is Super Mario Brothers
I'm
out?
a complete normie when it comes to Mario, but I
Same.
did like that movie.
I'm an ultra casual.
Ultra casual is the best way to put it. It's like I have no stock in Mario, but here's the thing: because of how much of an impact it has, I know all these things. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know what you are. I know what you are. So
Right.
it's like somewhat easy to follow.
I don't know any lore. I know
the
absolutely no lore.
characters.
But I know, the characters are so iconic. Okay.
Yeah.
So, the Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens. We did it again.
We just have to finish. We just have to
Look,
finish.
Kylo Ren was a good idea
Pause.
too. The Force Awakens. I summed this up when the 10-year anniversary came around. Is what's it called? Failed promises. Force Awakens is a bundle of failed promises that when you're told the promise at first, it's really nice and comforting,
Right.
and it's great.
Right.
And then the next movie, they spit in your face.
You go like that. They go like this, and then they go.
yeah,
They
no,
smack
no, no.
you. Your hands there. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
This is the Force Awakens.
This is like, you know what it is? It's
Last
like
Jedi, Rise of Skywalker.
Let's go down to the basement. The basement has candy and video games. You start
You like
walking.
Luke Skywalker, right?
They open the
You
cellar
like Luke
door and they just
Skywalker.
throw you down there and they close the door and they turn the lights off.
Isn't Star Wars so great?
And then they
Aren't
make you watch The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh my god! The Force. And then you come out, you're a zombie. The Force is female.
The Force is female.
Babu freak.
I can't
Anyways.
wait for season 2 of The Acolyte.
More acolyte. More acolyte. Yeah, come on.
Mandalorian is the best thing ever made.
Pedro Pascal. Oh,
Pedro Pascal. Daddy
Okay.
Pascal.
oh. One thing about The Force Awakens.
Yeah, back to the Force Awakens.
I know this is gonna make you so mad, but when this movie came out on digital, our parents bought. Yeah, look, he's already pissed.
No, I'm bracing.
You're
myself. That's it.
raising yourself.
It's probably not going to be bad, but I'm just doing it anyway out of respect.
I'm not kidding. For months on end, would watch The Force Awakens and the bonus features behind the scenes, which was an extra hour long. The runtime of this, because it would play the movie, play the bonus features right after. The whole thing is a 5 hour long piece of media. JJ would watch the movie and then the bonus content every single day. Or he would skip the movie and watch the bonus content.
So that's what I mostly did. I didn't do like sessions where I watched both. Maybe occasionally. Not that I remember.
You
but
would just
as a kid,
watch
I was
the behind the scenes
intrigued.
over
Yeah.
and over
So
and over
in
and
retrospect,
over.
I can I'm seeing all the cracks there, but
Like a madman.
because that movie or the behind the scenes is very much about
It is
like,
interesting.
the production and the aesthetics and like the stuff that went into that side. And it's like that's something I'll never take away from the sequels. Is they're an expensive movie that look like it. Nowadays we have $200 million movies that look awful.
It's
This is
definitely
$200
a
million
thing where the
movie
budget
that looks
for the
like a
production
$200 million
hits. Does that make sense?
Like,
Like it matches.
Let me explain
the budget.
You know how Dune is like you can't do Dune better visually.
Yes.
Like it's all intentful.
It's maxed. It's production
Dune
maxed.
Production maxed. It is, and apparently that's purely down to planning, and that tells you everything about every other movie. They don't plan well.
They don't plan well, and
Force
they
Awakens.
crunch.
Force Awakens is actually like I think it's not as visually interesting as Dune, but I can tell you for sure I think it's just as visually like perfect as Dune. There's no cracks in the what's it
In the
called?
armor.
In the machine. There's no cracks
There's
in
no.
the armor.
I think is it. Is it
Chinks in the armor. You added the armor part, all right? All right. But you know what I'm saying.
There's no chinks in the armor.
Versus that is the word. That's the word. That's what we're talking about.
Are we sure that that's the word?
We gotta check. Wait, we can't check right now.
Yeah, we
Can't check right now.
get. Well, do you have your phone? Please find this out because otherwise, people have been canceled for less. That's all I'm saying. I know we're.
What do people call the holes in medieval armor?
What is it? What is the phrase? Chinks in the armor.
I'm trying to figure out if we can say that or not.
What is it? What does it say?
The creases. What would you call that? What would you call the word that's
Just
not that?
put in chinks in the armor.
No, it doesn't know what I'm talking.
Okay.
Chinks in the armor. No, not jinx in the dark.
All right. Forget it.
It's
Let's move on.
We're fine.
We're
we
good.
didn't mean anything.
We didn't
We're
mean
pretty sure
anything
that's
by
the
it.
word, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the word. Oh, you got a chink in your armor there, son.
Well, this is very convenient because we're about to talk about The Last Jedi, and Rose is in that movie.
Speaking of armor.
Speaking of armor, let's talk about Rose.
Oh no. So she's the worst part of that movie, hands down.
I can't remember even what she looks like.
Her entire plot line is one of the things that drags that movie down by like 2 or 3 points. Not to mention the movie itself is a bad setup for everything else and has good elements done terribly. Like I said, Rey and Finn.
Right?
And also the plot generally meanders even without them. But it's the whole thing is a waiting for them to finish their fetch quest that goes nowhere.
Right.
And she is insufferable. Some people call her Shrek, which is so funny. Fiona!
Dude.
And at the end scene, it's all encapsulated in one of the most funny, like supposed to be the emotional heart scenes. It is hilarious. It is Finn about to sacrifice himself to get rid of that big battery ram laser that's going to destroy the rebel base.
I don't even remember that.
Okay, so Finn's going to kamikaze into the... Speaking of armor, she's going to kamikaze into a big laser that they're powering up. A big laser that's...
Oh, on the speeder thing?
Yeah. And then,
Oh, that's
and then
right.
Rose goes, no, and crashes into him, which could have killed them both, by the way. But Finn goes up to her as she's like kind of like she's all injured now and she's about to pass out. Literally spends the time going, why did you do that? I was trying to have a moment. I was trying to sacrifice myself because they're in danger.
It could have been an interesting take on his character.
No.
That could have been a good place to end that.
I can tell you for sure because they don't do anything with him in Rise of Skywalker. He doesn't exist in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Now, she goes, "What I saved your life. That's what matters. It's not about killing what we hate. It's about saving what we love." Then she kisses him as the door blows open in the back. Yes, she kisses him.
See,
this movie is these movies are terrible at building relationships.
Do you know
Reylo was a jump scare.
No, hold on. You know how like people say that like you internalize trauma and your brain completely just wipes it from your memory, but the injuries are still there. Like I can't even remember. I've watched The Last Jedi I've probably watched it half a dozen times.
But you've still
I've still memory
hold.
I don't know why I would watch The Last Jedi that many times.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like we did see all these a fair amount because we were especially building up to Rise of Skywalker. Because back then,
you rewatched
back then
stuff.
That was kind of a weird movie. Anyway, let's wrap. How are they going to wrap up this trilogy? Oh, they got the guy from the first one back. Perfect. Maybe he can fix this.
Right.
It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Dude, speaking of internalized trauma, dude. So when we watched Tron Ares, Eddie walked out of the theater like 30 minutes in, and I wanted to leave too. That movie was rancid.
That's funny because Eddie is not known for his being able to.
Even he could see this was a hopeless movie.
Right.
It was quite literally the most Disney thing I've ever seen in my life. It was quite bad. Anyway, I'm listening to a thing like yesterday. He's playing college football.
Okay.
I'm doing work and listening to something, and it's guys I like watching their old Tron Ares episode because I never watched it.
Right.
So I'm just watching it, and Eddie in the middle of it, just from what he's seen, is listening to all this and like giggling at stuff. But then he goes, "Oh, dude, that movie was so bad." Like I'm giving him flashbacks to that movie. That
You're
made
giving
him
him,
walk out.
you're giving him trauma.
Now, to be fair, I walked out before, like, when the movie still had, like, 10 or 5 minutes left. Like, it was after, like, the big main end happens, like, the villain dies or whatever. I'm just like, I can't be bothered to stay here.
Right.
This was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Legitimately. I couldn't believe
Unfortunately,
it. I was
yeah.
so angry.
Okay, let's keep going. Did we already put it somewhere? Let's go ahead and put it somewhere because
Yeah, Force Awakens?
Force Awakens. I legitimately do like this movie compared to like some of the individual prequel movies. It's a more well packaged. I'm trying to be fair and honest here.
The pacing is not a crutch for story, but it does make it more entertaining generally. I think that's why a lot of people do like people. That's why they do like the sequels is because they are pure spectacle, and it's like. But there's nothing inherently wrong with pure spectacle. But if that doesn't do it for you, you have nothing.
I'm putting it in
bad
good.
Movies.
I'm putting it in good.
We can put it in good because I legitimately think the first half
I think
of
it's
that
good.
movie is not perfect, but it's like, dude, you were doing something here.
I know. If
Like, I rewatched
they
that
did a good
movie.
job with The Last Jedi, then we would look even more fondly on The Force Awakens.
Let me put this in perspective. I look back at that movie having seen where this story goes, and I'm still like glued and interested in like seeing how Rey and Finn like meet up, sort of like everything leading up to that, and like even where that goes, like the TIE fighters like swooping down and stuff. It's like that's all pretty great.
Which I like. You know what's cool? I mean, we can talk about this more after, but like the Battlefront games, the newer ones. Like when they set the maps on Jakku. Jakku is an interesting like
It's a graveyard
planet. Yeah, it's another
you can do
Tatooine.
some cool things with that, and they had some cool level design in Battlefront 2 because of it. You could do a lot with like the shipyard aesthetic, especially with like the elevation being sloped.
Oh, that was another thing I was going to say.
That in most inherent maps is have sloped elevation within like normally.
Yeah.
So that's
my
something they could do,
favorite
which is cool.
Star Wars era is the Clone Wars era because whenever we play Battlefront,
That is the best one.
I automatically, if you know, it lets you pick, like, do you want to do Empire, Age of the Empire, Rise of the Resistance, I think,
or Age of the Republic.
Age of the Republic,
Age of the Resistance, Age of the Republic, Age of the Empire.
I always just default to Age of the Republic.
That goes to what I was saying. The prequel era has the most like oh, I want to be here. This is where I want to spend more
the setup
time.
of all that is the most interesting pieces of Star Wars content, in my opinion. You know, you got all these like
Plus,
branch off things that come from the prequels.
The Clone Wars is like literally like lightning in a bottle for like a video game setting.
Right.
Like for all the different
Right.
droids and the clones and then the ships and stuff. And also
And it's
they play the
more-
soundtrack at the beginning of each round just going dun, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum,
Yeah.
ba-dum,
It's
ba-dum,
cinema.
dun.
It's awesome.
It is-
It's just awesome.
Like every single round of Supremacy is like an event. Like an event movie.
I know you feel like you're helping write Star Wars history when you play Battlefront. Battlefront
Heck yeah.
3 needs to come out, dude.
Yeah.
Is it coming out?
Probably not. It's a curse, dude.
To be honest with you, though, I don't know what that even would be.
You know what's a game series, a Star Wars game
what would
series
they even
that's
do with
good?
Battlefront 3 that they didn't do with...
Well, I think that maybe that's why they don't have confidence in another sequel, is because there's not much more they can do. Other than, here's the thing, you can reasonably just keep updating Battlefront 2, but they cut support. Also, they had a bad launch, so they're in a bad place. It's hard to make a sequel, and it's hard to keep the current game going. Even though a lot of people love it, a lot of people tuned out because they had a terrible launch.
Remember when it
launch.
resurged?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was the closest
The resurgence
thing we got
was
to,
awesome.
Yeah, it was just everyone going, do you remember Battlefront 2? It's like, we should all just start playing it now.
So
again.
Cool. So cool.
And then they got a total, like they're, at that point, they totaled to 20 million players. It was crazy.
That's nuts. Okay. The Last Jedi. The clapped of us.
We just talked about this the other night. I don't want to get into it again.
You don't want to rehash?
Actively don't want to, other than to finish my point about Rose.
We need to talk about it because this has to be a complete video on its own. We don't have to go into depth, but if you want to see, we
Rose
spent a
point?
whole hour debating this movie with Connor the other day. If you go on this channel, there's a previous video.
It was a good civil just talk about, like, because he's a little bit more favorable on the idea, so we talked about it.
We spent a whole hour on
Yeah.
The Last Jedi, so
Just
we don't need to go into into depth.
Just to finish my point about Rose, she says that. She says, it's not about fighting what we hate. It's about saving what we love. Kisses him as the door blows open in the background. The idea being, like, the moment they kiss is so
Then what is the
impactful.
fight against good and evil, dark and light?
You're saying exactly
Then what
the
is
thing.
the-
It's like, what do you, like,
Star
I
Wars.
joked-
It's called Star Wars.
Yes, but also it's like, you want to
Good
know
versus
why
evil.
we fight what we hate?
'Cause
To
we
save
love what we
And it's like,
love.
yeah, but you're going into it wrong. It's like, no, Finn wasn't. Finn
No.
was giving his life.
Listen.
was
I
sacrificing
saw.
himself.
I saw. There was a clip of Keanu Reeves on a talk show with Drew Barrymore, and she goes, "I'm a lover, not a fighter." And then he goes, "This is Keanu Reeves." He goes, "Well, no, you're not a lover." Sorry. You are a fighter, because if you love something, you fight for it. What kind of love do you have that you don't fight for it? And he goes, I'm just kidding. And he gets up and he runs away. Like he realizes it. He's like, I sound so cringe.
I know
I'm out of
exactly
it.
how he says it too. They go, why? And he goes, what kind of love do you have if you're not gonna fight for it? I don't. He's like, he means that, but it's so funny to say. Like, from him.
Now
he's so afraid of coming across as like
because
stoner, like
no, not
philosophy.
stoner.
You know what I mean?
Like
Stoner
corny
philosophy, yeah.
philosopher. He knows that he's
that's
like
legit.
It's real, but it's also corny, and he knows it's corny.
Yeah.
He's like, please don't meme me, dude. Which nobody does. Everybody just plays that clip because it's funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not corny or cringe.
Which is true. That's true, dude.
So,
Some
yeah.
of my favorite stories ever are, even if it's dire, like a fight for what you believe in or what you love, is like, dude, I love that stuff.
Sometimes you commit atrocities to save what you love.
Yeah. Well, sometimes
Right?
you, like, fighting, it's not about fighting what you hate, it's about saving what you love. Keep in mind, someone did a kamikaze scene earlier in this movie. The Haldo girl in the movie's like, she was incredible. What a leader. And it's like, you just stopped Finn from doing the same thing.
The Force is female.
And it's like, yeah, but she destroyed Snoke's ship. And it's like, yeah, buying time.
No,
That's all that was.
JJ, you don't understand. The
No,
Force
yeah.
is female.
It's okay when a woman does it. but I remember I texted Levi out of the blue one day
cool.
because I was thinking about it and it made me angry. It's like, so that girl who sends the ship,
The
light
Star
speed
Destroyer
into
straight
the Star
into it.
Destroyer, destroying it.
Yeah.
Which is weird that they never tried to do that before, if that's something you can do. But she does that. But then Rose comes in with another ship out of nowhere and goes, no! Saves her, veers her off the way. And then Haldo's like, what are you doing? I was trying to save everybody. They need time.
Yeah.
And then she goes, Haldo, it's not about fighting what we
Oh my
hate.
god, dude.
It's
Dude.
about saving what we love. But they all
You
explode
doing that
and
is
die.
making
and
me
they
mad.
all die. They all die terribly. Because if you stopped her there, which is fighting what you hate,
Right.
they would all be dead. Because it's...
Right. Keep talking.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
done.
plug my phone in so that it doesn't die.
Like I said, I don't want to harken too much on this. I'll find something to talk while you're disappearing. But that's one of the It is actually like people think they're just hating on Rose because they hate women or something, which makes no sense. By the way, no, it's because she like single-handedly, like almost like not solely the problem with that movie, but almost everything that she's a part of, like her part of the plot line, her lines, her philosophy for like what the core of that movie is all awful. It's all like makes the movie.
Well,
like,
and she's
half
Asian.
worse.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Oh wow. Wow.
I'm just kidding. I literally am kidding.
Also, I think this was the movie where Finn and Rey just started being stale cookies. They weren't doing anything with them.
Stale
conflict.
cookies is perfect.
Stale
Just
cookies?
crusty stale ginger snaps.
You know, if you like cookies,
How about
you know?
how about Poe Dameron's character? Like, I feel like he just goes nuts. Like literally.
He's another one they don't do anything with. But here's the thing: you'd be fooled by how good of a
he's
actor
supposed
he is.
to be a Han Solo esque character, right? Some kind of he's like a wild card, like what? Yeah, he is. Come on, be honest.
I know, but in the Last Jedi especially, the point is he's trying to keep everything together. He's worried about the safety of
No,
everybody.
I'm saying in The Force
Because
Awakens,
Holdo,
they're setting him up for that kind of character, right?
He's a soldier.
And then he just kind of like
I'd say
just
he's
not
more of a
that
soldier in Force Awakens than anything. He's very like that's his role. It is. He's got fun
well,
to
I just
him.
mean like he's flying. He's like,
yeah, he's got some fun stuff to him. But versus Han Solo, where it's like, look, at first of it, he's just in it for himself. He's in his own right. I've got my own problems. You know what I mean? That's him.
Yeah.
He can't be bothered. But then by the end of the movie, pulls through because he's like, you know what? This is important.
Right. Okay.
What I'm
So where are we gonna
yeah.
put The Last Jedi? We're gonna put it in The Force is female.
I think so. Yeah.
The
If
Force
we're
is
gonna
female.
sorry. Now, to be fair, I
There are
describe it
worse
this way.
movies.
This is a bad movie, but at least it's a movie.
Right.
At least it's actually a film with a structure and a point to make, even though that's the point it makes is not only bad, but also they do it terribly. Now, let's go to something that's bad, but not a movie. Let's go to something that's literally.
Hold on, let's both do a sigh here. Ready? No, a bad sigh. Okay. Rise of Skywalker.
I have returned.
First of all, let's get into the name of the movie. Makes no sense.
It's also an awkward title. It's not a good title.
Rise of Skywalker. She is not a
Not
Skywalker.
the Rise of Skywalker.
They don't even set up a philosophical reason why she's adopted the Skywalker. They don't even do that. She just declares she's what do you call it? She like transitions her name from Palpatine to Skywalker.
But it's not even meaningful.
The jump is crazy.
No, yeah, and it's not even meaningful because all we know about her being the name is they just told us 20 minutes ago that she's a Palpatine. There's been zero lead up to that. It doesn't mean anything that she has a newfound family. If she barely knows the newfound family and she barely knows the family she was a part of. She was a nobody up until this point.
Right.
Like
They
in the
could
movies
have-
would even say that. It's like, oh, she's a Rey from nowhere. She's a nobody.
Well,
But then
they
it's like,
could
no,
have
you're the most
legitimately.
important person
I
ever.
think J.J. Abrams possibly could have been setting up that she is something like Luke's daughter, or maybe she's Ben Solo's sis. You know what I mean? Like maybe you know what I mean. They could have done something legitimate Skywalker.
So
You know what I'm saying?
I think the best path you could have taken
But
this.
Connor made a good point. Is I think he said the Rise of Skywalker title is not for Rey. It's for Ben.
Yeah,
Solo.
but that's even so inappropriate.
That is, it's also inappropriate, but that makes more sense than her.
Yeah.
Because he does come back.
All we need to
You know
say
what I
is
mean?
you know
He-
your trilogy
yeah.
failed when everyone hears your main character have their moment talking about their newfound family and trying to like carry on a legacy, but instead of that being something that's cool and wholesome, everyone hates it.
Well,
You know you failed your trilogy when a character.
Well, she just
That
adopts
helps-
somebody else's heritage.
Well, it's like, but you could do that if she was almost like more integral to like being close to them. If she actually
No,
did allow
no,
that.
no,
If
no,
I'm saying
you
there's a
don't
way
even
you
do
could make this
that.
work. They didn't. It was it was nonsensical. She even contributed to all of them dying.
Like,
in
listen,
some ways.
like Hoagie hangs out with the Blunt family every day. If all the Blunts died, even though he hung out with us every day and he like is one of the family, he doesn't start going, "My name is Hoagie Blunt." That doesn't happen.
So can I give you a counter
That
example?
never happens.
It's also no. Even then, it's awkward. Like the fact that it's self-proclaimed. Usually, you do this with the newfound family. It's you fill the family has a gap that this person who also has a gap that needs to be filled. Like they fulfill each other to the point where the family considers them one of their own. I haven't seen Avatar, but that's what it seems like it is with whatever that kid is, Spider. You know
okay,
what I'm
but
saying?
that's different. They
Yeah,
like
I'm
adopt
saying
him because
that's
he's a
what they were
child.
trying
I'm
to do,
saying,
but they did it wrong.
he doesn't have a family. Hoagie has his own family that he goes home to.
And also, it's like if I proclaim, it's if I proclaim myself as the Svensons down the street or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a random family that I barely know. I haven't had any time to actually establish like that these people are meaningful.
You
to
met Luke one time.
the closest thing to a father figure.
She met Luke one time.
The closest thing to a father figure she had was Han Solo in Force Awakens.
The clapped of us.
Pedro, we'll get to Pedro Pascal in a minute. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, it's quite literally one of the worst like structured movies I've ever seen. The amount of like plot holes, contrivance, jokes
Somehow
that
the
don't
Emperor
land,
is returned.
nonsensical decisions or lightsaber fights that are so stale.
The Force is female.
This is the first time that their nonstop like energy that Force Awakens had like actively was making the movie mind-numbing.
Yeah.
It makes it a bit more tolerable than a boring nonsensical movie, I guess. But at the end of the day, the only thing I remember is exactly what you said. They're fighting on the hull of the Death Star that should have been it was disintegrated. They changed that.
Yeah.
And they're fighting.
When I was
what they're doing, they're just walking back, going, and it's like droning lightsaber fight. But that's all the lightsaber fights are. It's like, what are we doing? It's like, first off, what are you doing with your lightsaber fight? What are you doing on the Death Star Hall? What are you doing overall with this main character relationship? Why did we make this trilogy? You know what I mean? Like, you go you keep
do you want to know
zooming out, and it's like this is
the moment I checked out of the Rise of the exact moment I checked out was when she Force lightnings the ship and kills Chewbacca.
It was just strange.
I literally the movie theater went, "What
I love that
is
scene.
happening?"
I love that scene too.
Or how about when she does a flip over the TIE fighter?
Dude, Kylo Ren is dead. When she does that and he flips and the thing explodes. This movie's a comedy.
Yeah,
that thing
that's
rolls
true. Nobody can die.
at like
Everybody
Mach
can be force.
10.
Everyone can be force healed. Like it's
we
just,
need to you need to play the clip. He goes like it's comical. It's like the pod racer scene where one of them like
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fun time editing this video.
and then he just emerges out of the fire. It's like,
Yeah.
no, this movie's lying to me.
He's
Dead. He's a man.
He
He's
died.
human.
He died, bro.
He
What
died.
The frick?
There's no way he's
Unless
alive.
he was force healing himself during the
the darkness as he's rolling.
the dark grandfather.
The girl.
More. I like Adam. I like Adam Driver.
I like Adam Driver, but
He's
Kylo Ren,
actually a good actor.
Kylo Ren sucks at the end.
Of our new age of actors, Adam Driver is one of the good ones, I think.
Well, you always know when it's, you do these big franchises movies, and then you continue to have a career. It doesn't kill your career.
Yeah.
That's how you know if they're a good actor. Oscar Isaac, if anything, he got more famous off of those movies.
Right.
Even though that should be kind of
He went
light on
straight
your
to
career.
Dune. He was like, I'm out of here. I'm going to... Which, by the way, by the end of Dune... Dune is going to be a better franchise than
Because
Star
it already
Wars.
has 2 good movies versus 1 decent
And you
movie.
know they're going to stop with the films, most likely.
No.
They're going to stop with the films with the third one. They're going to do spin-off shows.
Even if Messiah is an awful movie, sorry, they call it Part 3 now, Dune Part 3. Even if Dune Part 3 is awful, like
Which I
downright
like
atrocious.
it when they okay.
No, sorry. Even if it's
I
downright
hate when they do
atrocious.
when they do. It doesn't say Dune 3, like an IP when they go. Like I like it when people just name Terminator 3.
yeah.
You're allowed to do that.
No, they named
and
it
it's
Part
allowed
3.
to be. That's
So-
cool that way. But when you make a Dune Requiem Ascending, okay, but it's the
reason.
third.
You know the reason why.
No, why?
So the first two movies are the first book. These are they're named after the book.
Okay, no. I'm saying, do you know? I thought you were asking, do you know
Yeah.
why people name their movies retarded
So
titles?
no, I
I'm
think
saying-
it's so that they don't have to rely on the first one. Like Pacific Rim Uprising is awful, especially as a name. Or I'll give
They could've just
Gladiator
named
2
it-
one thing. I'll give Gladiator 2 one thing. It's not Gladiator Reborn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Same thing with that. It's
No,
like,
I'm with you.
Please
It's
just
just-
call it Gladiator 2. There's something now. We're at a point with our movies where it's like we don't like. There's so many different variations of titles and stuff. It's actually making it confusing.
It feels like
Dune 1, Dune 2,
Yeah.
Dune 3.
It feels
That's
like
great.
non-commitment, and it might be an insecurity. It's like if we start numbering these, people might realize how much we're dragging this. You know what I mean? With some of these bigger franchises.
But it's three
I think that's part of it. So like
usually
Mission
things come in
Impossible-
trilogies.
Mission Impossible stopped calling them Mission Impossible 2, Mission Impossible 3, Mission Impossible 4.
And
They
the
stopped doing that.
like the Lord of the Rings is an exception because it's based off of individual books.
So
that
no,
are
yeah.
entitled
The
like that.
exception is if the title has actual intent, or if you know what it's based on. So like Dune, Messiah. The point being, we are now in the jihad. That's what we're in. That's what the next movie is going to
Okay.
be about. That's
Okay.
the next book too. Is like that's just what it's called, Dune Messiah. Like we're not trying to do like
Okay.
the sequel to the first.
Then I'm
But in the context of
Yeah,
the
it-
structure they're building, it's like, yeah, this is part 3, so we're going to call it part 3.
okay. Yeah.
And we're going to stop here. It's like the third movie is the second book, and then we're done.
Okay. Cool.
Because those are the two, if I'm right, those are the two that people are like, yeah, no, that's Dune.
I'm excited. I'm very excited for Dune Part 3.
excited.
It's
It's
going to
the
be
same-
it's going to be
It's more of that.
The
Even
way
if it's
I'm
a-
excited about it is how I used to feel with new Star Wars movies
Yeah.
coming out.
So let me, even if Dune Part 3 is awful, like irredeemable, like Rise of Skywalker awful, this still is a better trilogy overall because you have two good movies with a lot of intent and good story versus one half decent movie and then one edgelord awful movie and then a goofy movie, which is the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Is
Yeah.
that even if Messiah is the worst thing ever made,
We had a solid foundation.
we
for
had
a
at least we
goofy
have two
finale.
two goods and a bad, and then
It's like Walking
bad,
Dead.
bad.
It's
You know
like
what I
it's
mean?
like I mean, I know you haven't finished The Walking Dead, but the foundation of The Walking Dead is incredible, and it has a goofy ending of the show.
yeah.
But people look back at The Walking Dead with fondness for the foundation, right?
So
And people just what they do is they watch the first 6 seasons and then they're good.
yeah,
They
that's a
just
little harder to do
completely-
with something like Dune. I imagine a third one being so horrendous that
which I like
people-
season 7 too.
Eh, how do I explain
of
this?
The Walking
A
Dead.
third Dune movie could be so horrendous that it taints the previous two, that's just how human minds work. For example, the Joker movie. When Joker 2 came out, it made everyone retroactively because it ruined the first movie.
Right?
It went back, changed stuff, or like added new
It
aspects.
retroactively
Yes.
destroyed the first one.
Yes. And it's like, how do you do that? You take $1 billion movie that everyone adored, critically acclaimed, and you've made not a single person cares anymore. And that's kind of what happened to Star Wars too. It would
Yeah.
be more successful if they never made another movie after Revenge of the Sith.
Yes,
It would be
yes.
more profitable now. They would be making money right now.
Yeah.
But they have taken a timeless brand and gave it an expiration date.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
I know what you're saying. Okay, Mandalorian.
You go first.
First season was good. Fell off hard. But you're gonna hate this. But I saw the new trailer for the movie, and it kind of piqued my interest. It kind of pulled me back in, and I was like, hold on a minute, this looks like a fun Star Wars movie. Legitimately.
I'm not doubting the fun part, but if my main point of reference
and it
is
could be a
this show,
contributing. It could be a good Star Wars, a fun contributing. Like it might fit into the enjoyable category. Like the movie itself might fit into the enjoyable category of Star Wars when that movie comes out, and we do an updated Star Wars.
I'll give my
and we rehash everything that we just spent 2 hours.
I'll give
on.
my 2 cents on what I feel about the new movie. Like when I get to my turn with
Okay,
the Mando.
okay.
Keep going with Mando.
Mandalorian. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say where I want to put it on the list, and then I'm gonna kind of talk about it a little more. I'm gonna put it in the enjoyable area because it has rewatch value. That first season with like Gina Carano is so fun. That first time when he has to take the mask off, there's like serious vulnerability with that. Pedro Pascal is unbearable, but I think in this role he's really cool. So you know why? Because he doesn't talk a lot and he's got a mask on the entire time.
That is actually legit.
So but I'm still gonna be like this is one of his roles that I'm like, yeah, this is cool. This is a good. This is not a blight on his career. This is a one of the good things that we're gonna say about Pedro Pascal is that he was cool in The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian is a cool figure. Now, overall, I think The Mandalorian is cooler than Boba Fett. I know that I'm gonna seriously piss some people off with that, but Boba Fett has like way less total screen time. We have more time to connect with this character and understand him better. And you know what makes The Mandalorian even cooler is that you and I watched the Clone Wars, right? The Clone Wars they have like a whole half season devoted to, what is it called? Mandalore. And like that culture and all that.
That's where the Mandalorians live, Harry.
Yeah. Just
on Mandalore.
You guys are just gonna fry me in the comments. I know I'm getting fried for a lot of this stuff.
So, and it was very strange too.
You're gonna be able to point out the chinks in my armor pretty easily. All right, go ahead. I noted that they fumble the Mandalorian later on, and then like.
Did you even watch the 3rd season?
No.
I started on. I'll get to it. I'll get to my bit.
So that's why I'm kind of not talking about it. From what I understand, they fumble the bag. Go ahead.
I'm very aware that a lot of people will not share this opinion, but it's come from a place of having enjoyed aspects of this show and seeing them fumble. Like, so let me explain. This show peaked at its first 3 episodes, and after that was decent, especially in season 1. Mm-hmm. Season 2 started to have a ton of issues in retrospect. It is not a strong show, especially since they didn't build on him.
I don't remember thinking that.
The only benefit of that show I remember thinking was, we had a conclusion for the Baby Yoda arc, which was fun while it lasted until they brought it back.
Silly. Yeah, that was silly.
The same thing with the formula of the show overall is the formula of the show never evolves. They never do anything interesting with it. It's trying to be very slowly episodic. And not to skip ahead too much, but you know that Andor show I saw? That is gravely considered a boring show by a lot of people that didn't give it a fair chance.
Oh, Andor is not on this list.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
We got to talk about
Andor.
Andor.
If you are engaged with what they're doing, because the show is about like espionage and speaking and philosophy, or not philosophy, but the ideologues, realistic people to an extent, and maybe it can be a little bit draining in some ways, dire. It's very much tonally different than any other Star Wars movie. It's not fun. That's not the point.
Right.
But there's a lot to be found. There's a lot to dissect. One of my favorite characters, 2 of my favorite Star Wars characters ever are in that show. But I can't share that with anyone. I can't go dude, Darth Vader, Cyril, Luthen. You know what I mean? People are who are those 2 other 2? I'm I don't, it's fine. You know what I mean? It's but that show
I just need to watch Andor, and then we just need to talk about it.
The show, is considered by a lot of people boring, and it does have. It's not a perfect show, but I would not call it boring at all. It's the same thing with Project Hail Mary. I would not call that movie boring at all.
Yeah, Leah's take on Project Hail Mary.
So is meanwhile, because I think it's slow paced,
a lot of chinks in the armor.
It's a slow burner in some ways, but I think it's actually burning a lot. Like, it is quite a full show
Okay.
that you can
Okay.
get a lot out of. Because I did. I was like, by the end of that show, I was sad that it was ending. But I'm like, dude, is this an ending to a Star Wars thing that I like?
Yeah,
This
and
is
that's
nice.
a good thing.
Like, it's done. Like, and then you cap it
and
off
we
with
can
Rogue
even
One
we
a
could
little
talk
bit.
about that more when we get to Rogue
Yeah.
One.
So the reason I bring that up is because to me, Mando is not a slow burner; it's a slow.
Well,
It is-
You know,
there's almost
Mandalorian
nothing-
is the classic. They made the first season. It did incredible, so Disney decided to capitalize so hard. They Disneyfied it, dude, so hard.
To point out the chinks in the armor. Anyway,
Yeah.
the first season, like I said, first 3 episodes are excellent, and it was
Right.
establishing the formula that they do some stuff with in the later part of that season. I'd still say it's a good season overall. It's decent, but like they don't do anything, especially since I've seen other shows that are more episodic and like smaller scale that do a lot more with what they're doing. Especially, it's like, this is Star Wars. You could be doing a lot right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
They would have been better off making it even more episodic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But here's what they didn't do. They didn't build up him even more. That's part of the thing, is he was cool first season. Now I can't stand him. Like, seeing him in other things, like whether it's other shows or like being his show. Like,
Right, Pedro
I don't
Pascal has worn out his
I
welcome.
don't find Mandalorian interesting at all. He has like no character, and he's got such a deadpan voice. And I get the point is that he's very stoic and like quiet and reserved, but he's not even those parts. He's just slow most of the time.
Which, hold on, you know how we
And
make jokes
somehow-
about the 4 horsemen of bad movies? It's Pedro Pascal, Zendaya, Jared Leto, and who's the other one? Blah 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 blah.
Jeez.
I can't remember.
Like they're always in bad things. For me, it's that one comedian.
Okay. Well, on one hand, it's like, dude, I hate seeing
Rock.
this actor. No, it's not The Rock, because The Rock is
The Rock's in a lot of bad movies.
like, The Rock is not capable of being in a good movie. These other guys are capable of being in movies that are good. Zendaya is in Dune. Dune is good despite Zendaya. You know what I mean? Like,
And I'd say that Spider-Man is better
but my
off
point
for
is,
Zendaya.
what I'm
I like
saying
MJ.
is, I don't fault them for taking up millions of dollars to be in something. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't hate the actor / actress because they're in the movie. I hate that Hollywood pushes them so hard, because they're actually not
You're looking
as
at their
talented
careers.
as they're being.
You're looking at their careers that you're criticizing. That's what you're criticizing with people. Like
Yeah,
Pedro
but
Pascal.
but
And then
their
also the fact
career
that he's a freak.
decisions are
Yeah.
really good decisions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense for them. He keeps getting work.
Yeah.
because he's just capitalizing on it. But
Yeah, I'm saying I don't actually. They're not doing anything wrong in that sense.
yeah,
There's nothing wrong with wanting to make, like, you're put in a good position and then you make the right decisions. Like, obviously, there's nothing wrong.
yeah, we all get it. It's just we're saying.
I
that
was
overall,
Pedro-
it's not.
If I
it's
was Pedro
getting old.
Pascal and I was getting offered all these roles, I would be taking them.
Especially
you know
if
what I
you
mean?
can take them all. It's
If you
like,
can, like, if I could be in The Last of Us, Star Wars, Gladiator, what else is, Game of Thrones, like, you know what I mean? If I could be in all of those.
He was in Gladiator too, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Which he was fine. He actually was fine in that.
He was fine. It's just I memory hauled part of that movie.
I know.
So,
But I'm saying I actually think he was really great in that, is that because he took a sidestep to the main cast, and he was a great support role. You know what I mean? Like,
I
he
was
didn't
about to say,
steal the spotlight.
It sounded at first like I love him in that movie so much because he's
No.
barely in it.
Yeah. No. What I'm saying is, he was not like, he doesn't seem like the type of actor, like, if I'm in this movie, I want more screen time, I want to be more prominent. He was a side character. He stayed to that, and he played his part well.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. I don't want to. The Pedro Pascal hate is just because I'm tired of seeing his face.
Yes,
and
so,
everything.
No, yeah. Can I get to just back to the Mando?
I have Pedro fatigue.
Pedro fatigue. I'd never get fatigued of Pedro.
So gross.
A lot of chinks
Anyway.
in his armor. I am really milking this bit. It's not good. Okay.
All right.
Where are we gonna put Mandalorian?
Well, can I finish?
Yes.
Sorry. So that's even just first season, what I was saying.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I don't think it's as strong as everyone's saying. I think there's a lot of potential there, like Force Awakens.
Right.
But it's the kind of thing where they didn't do the most with their premise, but they didn't do anything inherently bad. By season 2, you start to see that this formula is going to run dry unless they have a ton of cameos, because there's not much going on here at all, especially with the main characters. It's really not. That's the problem with this. One of the problems I have with this new movie is both of our main characters I'm both sick of, but also have no
attachments to.
Yeah, well, they have almost no, they can't. They're like, the rules of their characters are they can't have any deeper traits than what we've seen already. The one is an infant, a baby. He can't talk. The other one is deadpan. He barely talks, and he has an armor that lets him do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
And they're also in an era that is not really cool to see anymore, especially with the way they make their shows looks so stale to me.
Yeah.
Like, even in first season,
it was
like,
revolutionary
first
at the
got some
time.
good stuff because they actually did care with that volume thing, like making it look good.
Right.
But other parts do look.
And I'm
rough.
interested what they're going to do with the movie as far as.
It's the kind of thing where Force Awakens was like a breath of fresh air.
Like,
Finally a super fun, entertaining
Is
Star
the
Wars
Mandalorian
movie.
and Grogu movie, is this going to look like
Avengers,
Avengers, like a new, you know what I mean? Not Avengers. I'm saying, is it going to look like an MCU, like that gray tone?
Well, we've already seen it in the trailers. It looks like a TV movie. I think it looked like, especially that first teaser you saw.
Right.
It just, I don't want to see another
because
episode.
it literally is.
I didn't watch season 3 because the formula was dry. I started season 3. Realized,
that
we're
season.
We're just a
that season
corpse.
dry.
No. We're just a corpse now. Like, we're going on a fetch quest that I know is going to last like 3 episodes. And also, there's a scene where he walks into generic mud hut, peaceful town number 568.
Right.
The show, we are now at pure like AI generated.
To be fair, the Clone Wars does that over and over and over
Clone
and
Wars
over.
has got all sorts of cool locations.
No, I'm saying they do that classic, like Anakin and some clones are walking into some poor village.
No,
on
yeah.
some
So that's another part.
backwater
Well,
planet.
to be fair, they have more variety there. But even what I'm saying is, we've seen this a million times. That's one of the a million times. Is Clone Wars. But my point being, it's like we're doing this again. He's walking through, and it's a town we've seen previously, but it's a little more alive now. Like, the animals that were once trapped in the cages, they're now free, and they're in the trees, and the trees are growing. Everything's light. And it's like a 2-minute scene of him walking through and just seeing how peaceful it is with generic background music that you can barely hear.
Yep.
Like weird like background noise that's not interesting at all. Like it's like, get banter of people just talking in the background. Marketplace, like play a Marketplace soundtrack. And then he goes, a lot has happened while we're gone. And I turned it off right there and then. It's like the fact that he said that, you had to say that out loud after all. It's like, what was the point of all that if you were just going to say it to my face?
Because it's a TV movie.
Keep in mind, there was other
because
things
it's TV
before this.
and there's secondhand, or what is it? Yeah, secondhand
no, that's
viewing.
exactly why. And it's like, I know for sure my time is not going to be well spent here. I'd rather play.
Hold on. You know what I realized? I realized yesterday because I was editing a video yesterday. I am an egregious secondhand viewer.
It's fine to an extent. It depends on what you're doing.
Yeah, but I don't look for secondhand shows, like shows that are designed for that. I just will turn on. Like I was gonna.
That's the benefit of certain secondhand shows, like Stranger Things, where I'm like, dude, this is like a goofy plot in a show that is meandering for.
But I could.
They made it secondhand viewing, so I can get through this.
You know what would be fun?
Easily, so I can be doing other things.
Like today, I gotta edit this video for tomorrow. I'll probably flip on The Walking Dead in the background on my TV in there while I sit on the couch and edit.
Yeah.
But that's not a secondhand viewing show, but I'm going to do that because it sounds fun to me. And I'll drink my orange juice.
We like listening to things as we do it, especially if they're interesting.
Okay,
but what I don't want is
we're almost to the end.
The art itself to be
I'm putting it in enjoyable. I think that The Mandalorian is enjoyable.
I'm just letting you know my stance. I'd put it in watchable. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Now, as far as this movie,
I let you bully me on the last tier list.
Because
I would say I want to put it here, and you're like, no, we're gonna. And I was like, okay.
So, one more thing.
I was about to
the
say
movie.
something.
No, about the movie. I had the opposite reaction to seeing the trailers. Like
I
it
know.
wasn't the second trailer. You're saying
you're
the second trailer gave me more confidence. I saw that as This movie is.
You're not a
everything I'm
casual,
going to
though?
hate.
You're not a casual.
Well, I'm not.
I
Like
don't
some
think
lore
that I'm a.
expert either.
Hold on,
I
hold on.
just want an interesting movie.
I'm not an expert, but I would consider myself a little bit more versed than a casual, right? A little more invested. But I purposely adopt a casual's perspective for my own benefit to have fun. Does that make sense? So when I do that and I watch the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, I go, "Oh, this is exciting."
I know what the goal of this is. It's the same thing with The Last Jedi thing. I know it's a different type of movie. I know the goals are different. My thing is I don't think it's good at that. If the show is anything to go off of, their formula is weird and broken.
Yeah.
This is going to be a slightly faster paced version of that. And from the trailer we've seen, not much changes quality-wise. If anything,
Right.
stuff in the trailers has me like, oh, it's just going to be full of these things in your
Listen,
face.
if it's like an ultra Disney Plus movie, then it's
Baby
fried.
Yoda jokes, you know what I mean?
It's
Like,
going to be fried.
look at him
if-
go!
yeah.
He flips. He does a little flip into the little baby basket. Oh, Baby Yoda!
Hold on.
And then what's his name's just like.
I don't know.
That's his
I don't
flute.
even know
That's
what you're
his
talking
flute.
about.
Can't do it.
I know that you're like, there's some cheap tricks in the trailer, like as far as like callbacks to old stuff references, but I think it's something that could help the movie in a good way. Like it's gonna be fun. Like they're bringing in that guy from Rebels. That looks fun. That looks like it's gonna be cool.
I like this kid.
Just
No,
generic trailer line.
No, I here's the thing though. I know that you're wrapped up in this world and like seeing that stuff is annoying.
What I'm saying is, I know what it is.
But
It's
for
like, these aren't
for me,
inherently-
that's cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the Leonardo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's the thing. I get it. It's somewhat appealing, but it's like, here's me. I've played these games before.
I know.
I'm sick of this crap. We're still doing it.
I know.
We're
I
still
know.
doing it.
So if this crap is going on and there's some enjoyable parts, why not enjoy it?
I guess it's just I'm so sick of this is what it's
Okay.
become.
Okay.
Especially like I actively hate The Mandalorian. I'm at that
Right.
point. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's a chance it could
I know,
be
but you've done that to
revised,
yourself.
But
I mean, to some
shows have
extent,
done it,
you're
but-
you're choosing to do that.
the shows have done it, but you know.
Yeah, no. The shows are bad, and that's the
No, I'm
reason
saying
why
I can see if you like Mandalorian, this is a Mandalorian movie. It's perfect.
I'm not going to defend the Mandalorian.
No,
for
I'm
you.
saying I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you like the Mandalorian formula, like the way it's paced, like what it's about, because it's a little bit simpler, smaller scale than the movies.
Yeah.
Like I have my own issues with that, not from just the way they do it. But my point being is like if you like that formula, I can see why you like this movie. I'm just so sick of it because all their other shows too are the same way, and they're
Right.
all awful.
Right.
And not to mention a lot of Mando is awful too.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Yeah, sure.
There's some. They did have the one season where they kind of the first one, where the proof of concept was the best version we had. Where it's like, oh, we can do like a show about Star Wars and like go a little bit like into these like little aspects and areas that we never saw before. You know what I mean? It's like that's cool.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah,
Rogue
I'm not
One,
done. Yeah.
a great installment. And this, I think Rogue One is a great installment. It has kind of like this different vibe to it than any of the other. It's kind of like it's like the Suicide Squad.
I would never say that.
No. They're the Suicides. They're literally
I know,
the
but
Suicide
I'm saying
Squad.
like like you were saying it has a very different feel and aesthetic, and then you
Well,
say
and-
it's like the
and
Suicide. I'm like this movie.
These are not.
Like the Suicide
It's interesting
Squad.
too. No. This is another. They're not good guys. Kind of. They're bad. They're like bad people who do good things.
I'd say the most
Andor,
compromising
Cassian
one.
Andor murders somebody, one of his own buddies, at the beginning of the movie because he can't climb a wall.
Look, all right, that man is a hero.
No, I understand.
Look, all right.
Yes, I agree. But he morally compromised.
Yeah.
Jen Erso, she's kind of like not a. But she's not annoying.
It's in a way that it's not them being this malicious thing. They very much aren't against it. It is the fact that it is wartime. It is these are the sacrifices you have to make. It
Right.
goes towards
And
the
they
point
do
of the end, which is we're not going to make this all for nothing. We're not. We are willing to give our lives to make this mean something.
Yes.
This is a theme that
And
Andor carries over.
Solo is coming up. There are some similar things that I kind of want to talk about, like tone-wise, that these movies have, and I'll explain what I mean.
Yeah. So,
but the warfare side of the war versus the Empire versus the Rebellion, these two movies do a great job of the like trench warfare in the heat of battle stuff. Like when Han Solo is on that planet, remember, and it's literally trench warfare. They're like fighting in the mud.
it's a cool scene.
That's what I'm saying. Like it has like very cool World War II vibes to it. Like the Rogue One kind of has this Inglourious Bastards vibe. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, not exactly.
If you watched it, you'd be like, "Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about."
Are you saying with the group or with the overall state of the war?
No, like
Because I'd say Rogue One's way better.
the
than what you're
portrayal.
saying.
The portrayal.
Yeah. Going off of what you're saying is like, oh, we're given more contextualizing like the state of the galaxy like before the OT.
No,
Rogue
One
One is definitely the better of the two at that. It's great.
like
I love the Battle on Scarif especially.
I like this take. I like this style of Star Wars a lot. I know people hate. I like Solo. This movie or the next one that we're gonna talk about. I like the vibe and these like flavors of Star Wars a lot. And I know that that's not because they're not soap operas. They're good sci-fi films, I think. You know what I mean? Like Rogue One on its own is a cool sci-fi.
I want to spend time on Rogue One only because like not too much. I'm just saying not moving on to Solo immediately. It was one of the first, and it was early on because it kind of felt like they were just doing things early on that feel like they treat novel nowadays like we're taking this in a new direction. Whereas like Rogue One, it's like, well, yeah, we're just doing a different story, so it's going to be structured a bit different.
Right.
The tone's going to be different because the point being it's more of a wartime movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like because of the story we're making, it's a little more dire. It's not as adventurous, but it still has those elements. Those like big.
Oh yeah.
stuff.
I also like the stake. It's very dire.
This movie, if you've seen Andor and then see this, gives you whiplash because it's way faster paced, but also it's. I still love this movie. I think it's good. Dialogue's not as good. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I don't remember the dialogue. So.
Well, I'm saying compared to Andor.
Oh, okay.
That's what
I can't compare it then.
What I'm saying is like if you made
seen Andor.
Like if you made a Game of Thrones type prequel to Tron Legacy. That's a bad example. That is an awful example.
Yeah, dude. I was about to say. I don't know.
So
I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of chinks in that armor.
Now, aesthetically, this movie's great. Because that's what that director's always been good at, is his aesthetics of his movies.
Right.
His movies have not always been great. He's made some awful movies.
This movie looks really cool. Visually. Very cool.
And I think this is my favorite
Except
movie
for
that
Princess
he's made.
Leia at the end. Holy.
Well, that was just because the technology is not... I didn't even think that was ugly.
This movie came out 10 years ago, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's the kind of thing where it's like
2016, the golden era. 2016 to not for Star Wars.
It was the
I'm
kind of
just
thing
saying.
where it's like we need to get every pore and detail right, but something slightly off. What is it? Is because they don't move right, and also movies don't usually show every crisp little detail on someone's face the way that those things do. Deep fakes look more real, even though it's just taking photos and matte painting them on.
Yeah,
somebody.
it's literally
like,
just.
Well, yeah, but that's what that's what we watch in like film and videos and stuff like that. Is like that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's closer to reality.
We should do what do you call it? Like CGI face tier list.
Like AI stuff looks fake, but it looks more real than the CGI head swabs.
Oh yeah,
it does.
Yeah.
Now they're getting better at it. They've gotten way.
They
better
are getting
at it
better
nowadays,
at it,
but they almost don't have a need for it either anyway because the deep fakes are also getting good. Did you see Fallout? The end of the Fallout show. The deep fake on
the
Hank
dad.
McClane. Was
the dad?
Yeah, the dad.
Yeah, it's atrocious.
Awful.
Well, no, it
Especially
was like the
like.
de-aging they did for that Reagan movie. Oh my goodness.
Well, he was the
I'm trying to get a move on. I'm gonna put this in.
Oh yeah,
good.
that was insane. The
Yeah,
Reagan
I know.
movie.
The Reagan movie
some of the
was
best
not
de-aging
good.
I've ever seen.
I'm gonna put this in good.
Good's good.
Because it's better than Mandalorian and it's better than the Phantom Menace.
I adore this movie.
Yeah, I love this movie. I wouldn't put it
No, I
on
wouldn't
par
put
with
it up there
them.
because it is partially
I think-
personal reasons I adore this movie. But I'd also say that as a film, it's really great.
Technically, like if we're going movie to movie, this is like on par, I think, with these ones up here, but not in Star Wars context.
Well, I'm.
Do you understand what?
Not these two.
No,
I
no,
think
not these two. I'm saying like incredible. This is like, yeah, I think it would.
You
make it up.
could. Yeah, I think it's partially because of the context of the movies, yes. But also, I'd say these two are in it. They would be a higher tier than Rogue One by default.
Solo.
I'm gonna let you speak on this because here's my feelings towards the movie is just apathy. I do not care for this movie.
Okay, that's a perfectly
ounce in my body hate does not care about this movie. So you can go. Like,
so
you rank it.
this is a movie that did not need to be made. Obviously, this is just it's another fun cash grab. I understand, but I enjoyed this. Obviously, there's going to be issues with recasting a character. I think this guy did good enough, but the concepts in this movie, the showing like he came from poverty or whatever, and he made it out, kind of sets up him being this cocky guy or whatever. He kind of fits into this underground world perfectly. Does that make sense? Like he goes into this world, and then it just becomes like one of the best characters in this world. The only thing that I don't really like is his best friend, the girl or whatever, his love interest, who makes it out before he does out of the mud, just for a few years, and then they meet up, and she kind of lil bros him like, you know nothing. That's kind of cringe. Like
also,
Amelia,
the way it is,
Amelia
the movie
Clark.
is awkward. It's like, here I am now. Like I literally walk up to you, the thing that you were trying to get to.
Yeah.
Your main motivation up till this point. It's like, oh, so we're done now.
But
and it's like, well, what's the rest of the movie going to be? It's like, well, we still have to get out of debt. It's like, oh, yeah,
I like
that's
the
a good point.
underground. I like the underground
versus
elements of
maybe
this.
he has a way to opt out of the mission. He has a way to get out of here.
Yeah.
Maybe take Chewie with him, but he figures out that Korra or whatever her name is where he's going to be going, is what he's going to be.
Yeah.
He can free her by doing this mission or something like that. But she's still out of arm's reach. But she's never been closer. So then he decides to go on this mission anyway, even though it's a suicide mission. And he drags Chewie down with him, giving him
I like what they do with Chewie's introduction is awesome. I love Chewie's.
What I'm saying is, you could have even done something where it's like he has to do that because that's what he's wanted. That's his core.
Yeah.
But at the expense of I'm screwing over like someone I just met and like we've trusted each other up till this point.
Okay.
And then it makes conflict later, but then it all ends up good in the end.
Yeah.
Even though Korra
I will
being as good as she
state
thought.
an egregious, cringy sin that they do this with this movie is just Han. My name is just Han, and she goes Han Solo. That's retarded.
Solo.
That part was so retarded.
Well,
I will not lie. That is. If this movie is a bad movie, it's because of stuff like that. That is cringy. I hated it. But I do like this movie. Obviously, they kind of set up Darth Maul's in it. They were going to do something interesting with it, and they didn't. I know you probably didn't like that.
I remember seeing that and going, this is going to go nowhere. We know where he's going to end up. Darth Maul.
Right.
If you've seen Rebels, you know where he's going to end up.
It was cool. It was cool what they did.
Oh my word, Darth Maul! He's back in the story. It's like no.
Which, by the way, did you see? There's a new Darth Maul show coming out.
I didn't.
It's a Clone Wars. It's Maul.
They've made like 5 spin-off shows with the Clone Wars style.
Yeah, I know.
They're all mid.
I know.
They're all mid.
So it'll probably be mid, but this could kind of lean into what they were doing with that.
So that goes into the Mando thing, the Mandalorian and Grogu thing. Is that in the Maul show? It's like I've just purely tuned out.
The train heist, I would say, is the centerpiece of this movie. Like the cool, like when Han Solo is being like this is like.
I agree.
So he's solo maxing. Like Chewie's doing the cool stuff. They solo maxing.
You can't just say words. You can't just say words. What are you talking about?
Nonsensical words. Okay, but this is like peak what he like. In the original movies, we never we know he's a criminal, kind of. You know what I mean? Just kind of, but we never really see him stealing anything. We never see him doing a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I work for Jabba the Hutt, the crime lord. but we never see Han do anything.
It's a hype.
This is we get to see Han in action doing what, like, his career. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, he's doing it, and it's so cool. And then they kind of like made that that guy with like the 6 arms who's the pilot, and he's kind of a snarky guy. If you look at that character, Han kind of becomes that guy. Like the snarky comment, like you think that, like, okay, this little alien dude hates Han and Chewie, but then you realize, oh wait, he doesn't. Like when he's dying later, he's like, all right, kid, get out of here. You know what I mean, or whatever. It's very like you can see kind of the people that shape Han. I don't know. I might be praising this movie more than it deserves. But I like this movie. So this is one of the Star Wars movies that I would be like, oh yeah, let's watch that. That's good.
I found 2 things to talk about from what you said.
Yes.
I agree with you that is the centerpiece, only because I think that is the best part of the movie overall. Structurally, is like he's just starting to get into this world. He's meeting these people, which first off, they're cool. They're interesting. You have what's her name is like very distinct look with the afro and stuff. You have Woody Harrelson. You have the 6-armed alien.
I forgot Woody Harrelson was in that movie.
And well, he's like the main bad guy. Yep. And he that was like a peek into what we've been wanting for a long time, which is for Star Wars to include aliens as main characters more.
I forgot Woody Harrelson was like, dude, he was awesome.
Like, we want cool aliens to be like integral characters instead of backdrops. That was like the first time that like he
Chewbacca
at least has somewhat of an active one that's not. Chewbacca's the outlier to that. And then so many people would say Ahsoka, but they're basically humans. Like those are boring.
Yeah.
It's boring. So like the video games and the shows, they can do whatever they want with the animation. I think it might be purely down to that. Is they're like, well, people aren't going to connect with a big CGI thing. And it's like, dude, you're underestimating people's ability to just like seeing an alien character. For example, who's their big cameo character in this Mandalorian movie? Well, one of them.
Grogu.
No.
Cameo character?
Zeb.
Oh yeah, Zeb will be.
It's like, oh, who's that? And it's like, he's not just a guy who looks cool. He's a guy with like a really cool voice and personality. He's like one of the main characters of that show. I'm not saying he's the most interesting person, but it's like, why are they grabbing that guy? And it's like, oh, because people like him and because he's an actual character.
Right.
He's probably not going to have a character in this movie.
And he's kind of the only character of that caliber in Star Wars. Like an over eccentric kind of ogre-y lovable character. Does that make sense? In Star Wars, there's not really
like a distinctly alien character who has a lot to do plot wise.
Yeah,
that's what he is. The fact that we don't have more of those is a tragedy.
Yeah, Star Wars really fumbles that.
And
yeah.
No.
Okay, we need to put Solo somewhere. I'll work with you on Solo because I do understand. Like,
so no, I'm gonna let you.
Like Leah, get this. Leah hates this movie because she doesn't like recasts. Anytime they recast a character, she just won't watch it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm learning something new about Leah every day, and it scares me.
I think it's enjoyable.
Every time I'm like,
well, are you able to work with me on enjoyable?
Like I said,
that puts it on par with Mandalorian and the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, this is down to you. Because, like I said, I don't have a care for this movie.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
This is a type of movie. This is like
you're disconnected.
One more thing about the movie, and it does one thing that I think is the worst example of this type of movie, where it's an origin story that through the events of the film has to make an origin for every aspect of. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
They do the dice. They do the gun. They do his name. They do his dog. They do his ship. You know what I mean?
His dog.
They do his best friend Chewie.
Oh.
They do his best friend Lando.
Chewie would have been a fine. It would.
I'm saying you can do some of these.
And technically, you don't. It's not an origin for Chewie. It's his introduction. Chewie has an origin in the Clone Wars show.
Like through the events of this little side
and
quest.
Chewie was on Kashyyyk.
Yeah. Through the events of this side
which
quest,
I think is cool, by the way. Hold on,
of your character, other than your charisma, like some of your base personality, every aspect of who you are will now be built through the events of this movie. We've officially made this the canon start to Han Solo as we know him.
Listen. You have to agree with me. The day that they do a live... Okay, hold on. Assuming this is with the presumption that they do incredible. Like, they do it masterfully. The live-action Clone Wars adaptation let's say they get the OG actors. Like if they do this soon, could be awesome. You have to
make it spectacular
I know
because they've already done it with the Ahsoka show.
No, they
and
didn't
the Clone
do
Wars
it.
show.
Come on, it's a flashback.
closest thing.
I know, but they didn't do it. I'm saying if they like put us on Kashyyyk in the final days of the Clone Wars or something, that could be so cool.
Well, this is the other thing.
Geonosis, the beginning of the Clone Wars.
Make a freaking ODST style spinoff with a platoon of clones.
Yeah.
For goodness
Yeah.
sake. You could do all sorts of fun. Do one about a
Right.
tank crew of an AT-AT.
Or
and they're
what is-
battling with
what
each
is,
other. And you see, they're just normal people, even though they work.
Do you
for the
remember
Empire.
the
and
set of
maybe one of them
episodes-
has like alternative motive.
Right. What
You
is
could
the
do
set
something really fun
of
with that.
episodes early on in the Clone Wars where they're on that moon base, right? Where they're like bored.
Rookies. It's called Rookies.
Dude, that if they did something to that style, right? Like
Yes.
Last Stand clones fighting off a battalion of drones and they die in a fiery, sacrifice.
So what you do is
That
you
could
take
be
the
so
interesting
cool.
concept and you do the best you can with that, especially
Right.
if it's in a
Right.
pre-established universe. To an extent, yeah, they do that. They do that with Clone Wars to an extent. It's the Iron Lung effect. You're trying to do the best you can within the perimeters of your concept, because your concept does a lot of the heavy lifting, but you need to do some stuff with it. You start to realize how boring this franchise is when they don't take advantage of those little scenarios.
Yeah,
The closest
yeah.
thing they came to that
They don't
was
capitalize.
maybe Mandalorian.
Well, that's because the people at the helm, like who have the true power over all this, they don't care. They're not Star Wars fans.
We gotta have like X-wings and some TIE fighters. Don't forget those lightsabers.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it needs to
that's,
be
yeah, that's my point.
The music.
Yeah, it's marketing. It's marketers that are in
Well, it's just
charge.
to a lot of people. And to be fair, this is Star Wars, but it's like,
Yeah.
but things like Rogue One and to me Andor,
I'm gonna
can prove
be-
you can do other things.
Moving on, I don't want to talk about Rebels for very long.
Rebels is not that good. It's got some good stuff in it, but it is just like this
I
awkward little
would
cousin.
Yeah,
It is like Clone Wars is like starts out as a very cartoony show.
I'm gonna put
and then
it-
starts to mature with this audience. This show just has always been cartoony, but not great.
watchable. It's watchable.
Watchable's fine. That's it.
It contributes-
Why did we spend,
it
we spend 30 seconds on
I know.
Rebels?
It's just that's kind of the place it's earned. It's just insignificant.
All right.
It literally is insignificant.
So that is our main list. But now we're gonna get to
We've done it.
We're gonna get to hipfire territory, right?
yeah,
Of everything that's not on this list.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that fine with you?
Yeah. We can go. We can do
All right,
a little
all right.
bit on that.
So should we include games? No, we shouldn't include games because we haven't played all these.
I don't. Here's. Can I just
We can talk about the games if we want.
listen?
'Cause I think it's-
hold on. The Star Wars IP. Do you know what I love the most? I love some of the movies. I love the Clone Wars, and I love the video games. You know what I mean? Like, especially the Clone Wars. I think the Clone Wars is my favorite piece of media from Star Wars. It's just so cool. And then what they do with like the video games, the Battlefront, they're so immersive to the world of the movies. They do such a good job of that. And I will always credit them for that.
So
the video
I wanna
games
make-
are solid. I never played this Jedi games. You played the Jedi games, and it sounds like that those hit very well.
Or you finish and then I'll get into that.
I'm done.
Okay. So don't be mistaken by the fact that I don't like a lot of the new movies or The Mandalorian.
I
Don't be
don't like-
mistaken
yeah, I
that
don't like them
no. Don't be mistaken that
particularly
I'm
either.
just a Disney era like automatic hater.
No,
There's
well,
stuff I adore.
you have those tendencies though.
No, I'm saying it's the individual things are not great.
Yeah.
But there's some things that are good, and I'll give them credit for that. I don't default to these things. It's just it feels like a lot of them tend to lean toward the I'm not enjoying this side. That's just
Yeah.
the fact.
Yeah,
I know
I
it's
know what you're
hard to like. It's to the point where it's like I don't have any allegiance to you other than if you can make something good, I'll be there. So it's not
Yeah.
like I'm completely
Right.
divorcing myself from that. It's just I can see the formula. So like Mandalorian and Grogu movie looks like the show. Trailers look like the show. I'm out. Maul
There
show
was a-
looks like one of their mid Clone Wars spin-offs again. I'm out. You know what I mean? But it's like we said, the clone anthology thing, like a cool idea you could do. Or the Jedi games, for an example, where it's like, oh, we get like a proper game as we play as a Jedi, and it's like one that's set in a cool era. Let me try that out. Oh, that was really good. Let me try out the second one. Oh, that was really good. And then what else? The Andor show is like, that piqued my interest. Is like, it could be interesting. You know what I mean? It's like the fact that you're like focusing on this era, and then it's got the character I like, Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
It's like, most people would agree that was a bad idea to make the show centered around him as far as like marketing. But like, I'm the weird tismy guy in the corner who's like, but I really like that character, and I think that I'm interested in seeing a show with him.
Yeah.
So I watch it,
That's
and
okay.
it's like my favorite thing they've done. Is my favorite Disney
I will
thing
say
they've
the
done.
show seems kind of random. Not to say that it's bad or it doesn't contribute. It just seems kind of random.
It
to
is
me.
tonally not the same as most Star Wars things.
Oh yeah, I've heard
But
that.
what it is, and to a point where it's like it could have a little bit more heart. One thing I'll say about the show is like it could have a bit more. It does have heart to it, but like not as much of like a human side to these people. Because the point being, we need to be smart about this. We need to be calculated about this.
Yeah,
Like both in how they do the plot, but also the individual characters. That's their point.
I got you.
They're constantly in a stressful spot. Everybody from both sides.
Right.
'Cause
It just sounds like it's a
because
solid
it's a
show.
war that hasn't broken out yet. That's what it is.
Right.
A quiet
Right.
war.
It's the calm, not the calm, but the stress before the storm, kind of.
Yeah. It's about that side of it and like building up to
I gotcha.
like how the Galactic War kind of happened.
I
That's what it
got you.
is.
That's interesting.
So, but like, yeah.
I've been saying we've
Anyway,
been saying
so
for
that's-
I
that's
feel like
my-
we've been saying for years on this channel that I just need to watch Andor
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, I'm afraid you're not gonna like it. I'm like, I really like it. I hope he likes it.
No, I will go in
Especially,
with,
I made.
I know
made
you're
the Game
hyping
of
it up.
Thrones
You're
comparison
hyping it
later.
up to
Yeah.
me, but I'm going to go in. I'm going to be fair. Like I'm not going to
So
I'm not
I
gonna
made
just
a
take you
terrible-
for
I made a
gospel on it.
terrible, what's it called? Comparison earlier when I said Game of Thrones, where it's like that's probably just poisoned the water for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know because I don't.
Anyways.
I can't speak to if it's actually at that level.
Right.
Or if I like it
we'll
more.
find out. We'll find out.
It's way better than their other shows by multitudes.
Okay.
But like it's an
Okay.
actual show.
Okay.
It's an actual show. That's the best way I can put it. Anyway, let's actually do what we were planning. All right. What came after? What was the next thing?
I'm going to be honest with
Book
you.
of Boba Fett.
Holy no, I don't even want to talk about that.
All right, so bet. Well, we're doing Hipfire. Not great. Not a great
Not
show.
great. Not
I
great.
binged it all at once, so there was like some enjoyable stuff to it, but it's a bad show.
And I do want to be fair with this. I don't even want to talk about Acolyte because neither of us watched it. Or did you watch it?
I've seen parts of it. I saw the good episode.
You saw the
It was
good
not
episode?
great.
It was not great? Okay.
The
then,
good fight
but
episode-
I haven't seen any of it, so I'm not going to...
Was not great. And it also felt like it was 10 minutes long. It was not. So that show's bad. Everyone knows that show's bad. But so that's Acolyte. What else? Ahsoka. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did watch Ahsoka. I can't remember the plot.
I
love the part with Anakin Skywalker.
I liked him acting in that.
Sabine was kind of cringe.
Sabine was not good. She had one good scene, and I talked about it with Connor.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she was
Connor had
willing
one-
to
she had
sacrifice
one-
everything to save
one-
Ezra.
I'm like, wait a
or
minute,
whatever.
that's like a character thing, or like, wait a minute, that's a show of
Can we
humanity.
talk about the
'cause you've
gayest
been a
thing I've
jerk.
ever seen?
You've been an absolute massive.
Hold on.
This whole
What about the
time.
scene where someone had painted the mural, and it's the cartoon version? The mural is the cart.
No, I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
No, I thought that was so gay, dude.
I liked it because it's a reference, like it partially is a reference to the show, but also it's like,
Well,
if
yeah,
you're
you can do
drawing
it,
a mural, especially since she's artistic. All right, like I get it. It's like she's making, like,
But like even Ezra
for the
even had the
standard-
purple hair. Like,
yeah.
get out of here, bro.
Well, he does it a little bit in the show, but they are in the live action, but they tone it down. They make it more of like a very
they do the
black,
2000
yeah.
X-Men thing
Yes.
with the suits.
Yes. So, but even in the show is like it's a bit more of a simplified mural. So it's like even in the context of the animated show, that still is a simplified representation, like a stylized one.
Yeah.
No matter what. So it's like, oh, it would be cool to carry it over. What are you gonna do? You're gonna make slightly more realistic versions of them, but still be a drawing, like a spray paint drawing. Like to me, that would be weird. That would be.
How about
weird
you
to
just
me.
don't do it at all? Like,
Look, this is a show. This is a
You just
show
don't
I
need-
don't
you
like,
just
by the way.
didn't
But
need-
I'll defend them doing that.
yeah,
you know what I mean.
you didn't need to do that at
All right.
all.
just to speed run through it. Boring. Empty. Oh no, not boring. Because a slow show can be good, or a boring show.
The villain was kind of cool.
He was kind of cringe. Empty. The show is empty.
Yeah,
it is
just a nothing burger.
It is the same as my issue with Mando, but it's way worse.
It's like going nowhere.
It's a slow spark, not a slow burner.
I liked the. I think it's the first episode when she shows up to that place and she there's like she's at like it looks like a dojo almost, and she's there. I thought that was kind of cool.
Whenever they try to do like stuff that's like, oh, this is straight from like a cool idea or had their stylized thing, it's like, dude, the volume like screws it over, makes it look lame every time.
The volume?
Like there's a scene at the beginning that is supposed to be really cool and stylized of her like in this weird temple thing.
That's what I was talking about.
And then these droids show up. First off, we never find out. Or we do find out what these droids are, but they're not consequential to the show at all. Like I said, it's a cool set piece that looks really lame because of their flat lighting and their awful.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Their awful way that they film.
I thought it was like volume. What do you mean volume?
Do you remember the scene after that where there's a sandstorm coming and then she just starts running and it looks awful?
No, I don't remember.
I remember this so well because I'm like, what? Ew. That's not. Do something else.
Yeah.
If you can't do this, like in reality, based in reality, don't do it.
Yeah, I got you.
It looks awful. You know what I mean?
I want to wrap this up because I have to go to the bathroom so bad. So bad.
One last note for me.
Yes.
One last note for me because we're also running out of shows. I think the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I hate that show with every bone in my body.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into it.
I kind of just don't care about it.
I just want you to know that out of anything on this list, this is like subterranean, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Okay.
It's partially because I wanted it so bad, and it was everything. It did everything wrong.
Yeah. I kind of don't really care about that show.
Yeah, I can get not caring, but like as someone who cared, I'm like, this is literally like the worst thing they've ever made.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
This is our tier list. I know this is not everything, but this is. I would just say that this is the important stuff, in my opinion.
This is the stuff before they just started spamming stuff.
Yeah, I got you. If you want to support us, please subscribe, like the video, comment below what you guys would have done with the tier list and what you disagreed with. Just engage with us in the comments. We're very interested to see. What's your take?
Movie? Give us your favorite movie, your least favorite movie, and your hot take.
Yeah.
Those three.
That would be great.
We're actually legitimately curious.
Yeah, I am curious about this. And please share with your friends. And if you want to support us even more than that, go to the Patreon. We have some crazy content on the Patreon. We had a really good episode. By far, our best content. We have a new. It's out now. It's out as of today.
Is it out right now?
In 5 minutes, actually, it's gonna go live.
It's glorious.
We have an episode called Shrimp Con.
Shrimp Con.
Shrimp Con is incredible. So please, I'm serious. The content is unhinged. It's hilarious. It's loose. It's fast. It's wild, and we have some great plans for the Patreon. It truly is, Blunt Brothers, just to the max. So please go support us. There's $3 a month. It's 10 cents a day, right? I think that's the math. And you get 1 to 2 additional pieces of content a week. So it's totally worth it. I'm going to be announcing some giveaways for the Certified Bro membership soon. That's happening. And I'm just going to say the memberships are not going to be $3 forever. I'm just going to put it at that. Sign up for while it's cheap right now because it's very cheap right now. The recommended is $4. I went a dollar below because I'm like, I want people to sign up and I want people to watch our stuff. It's not going to be $3 forever. So go sign up now while you can and while it's cheap. So anyways, we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching the Blunt Brothers podcast.
Thanks, everybody.
Later.
Thank you very much. Bye.